Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Connor. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
All right. So today was the day that
And he's gone.
okay, that's the first time that's ever happened when I'm doing a cast. Hello.
Kicked out of your own cast.
I know. Okay, so anyway, today the Doctor Who trailer for the 60th anniversary specials broke, right? And I gotta tell you, I really, really loved it. What did you think
uh,
about it? Describe it to the audience.
God. Do you know, I don't want to be kind of over the top with it, but I can't remember a better Doctor Who trailer.
Right. I
It,
know.
it felt like a Hollywood film in
It did.
places, genuinely. And do you know what? It's the most excited I've been for Doctor Who since probably Series 8. Um, I just you get RTD in that chair and magic will happen. And it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Neil Patrick Harris is now confirmed to be the toy maker.
Yeah.
Unbelievable casting. I just love the whole look of it. I love the kind of where they're going with the story. Um, the one shot that really shocked me, which I didn't expect at all, I didn't even expect it to be part of the plot, is when London looks like it's basically in an apocalypse.
Right.
The ground is literally ripped open. Everywhere's on fire. Um, Unbelievable. The scale of it is just like, give me the next 3 or 4 years with, RTD, David, Shooty, whoever is gonna be the Doctor in that time period, because, wow. Like, I don't think that the Disney money had much influence on the 60th, because I think that the deal was done just as filming for that was, wrapping up.
Right.
But, it if there is any if there is any indication as to where it's going to go with that Disney money, even though that the budget isn't going to be exponentially higher than it is now, that trailer is it, because it looks like, as I said, a film. Um, it looks insane. I don't even know kind of what's going on half of the time, apart from kind
Right.
of the backbone of the story. It
Right.
just looks like there's 100 different things going on, and
Bless you.
it's all connected, and it's just going to go absolutely mental. It's like Doctor Who on 100% scale.
I got to tell you that scene where David Tennant's such a great actor, and that scene where he's looking at her, the pain you could feel in his eyes, his face, everything, the way he's talking to her, his speech, that he doesn't know if he could save her this time. Like you
Yeah.
actually believe, like you're like really there. Like he's the doctor, she's Donna. It's not actors. Like you actually believe, like he's genuinely scared for her
That's
life.
what happens when you get great writing and great actors together. And it's not even just that scene. The two scenes actually that really hit me is when he's basically going ballistic about the whole situation. The why does it have to be this? And when he's what looks like trapped in a kind of cage and he's banging on the wall. Um, it's just going to test him to his absolute limits, and you can tell it. And David, while he's not my favorite Doctor, I will acknowledge that David Tennant is always an actor and an incarnation of the Doctor that will rise to kind of the occasion with the emotional stakes, because he's so good at showing emotion like that,
Right.
especially when he's angry. Like, you actually believe that he's angry, and like you said, when he's sad, you actually believe that he's sad,
I could see that this
as
is
well.
definitely a different doctor.
Yeah, he's.
100%.
I think he's more kind of emotionally all over the place. I don't think he's quite as because I feel like with David Tennant when he was 10, he had kind of he got angry. I mean, we'd seen him, Time
But
Lord
he had that
Victorious.
confidence level.
Yeah, he had that
Like he was
confidence level.
unstoppable. This he doesn't have that no
Nah,
more.
that
I
this
don't know
one
if it's
feels like
because
he's a
of
little bit more kind of out of his depth, and he's
yeah.
struggling a bit with the kind of the
I
whole
think it's the
situation.
incarnation, like revisiting the face is really affecting him for some reason.
To be honest, though, I think that he's going to be written that way because let's not forget that the Time Maker is such a powerful villain. He's an Eternal, so he's basically a god.
He's
Um,
probably the one that altered his face, right? His
Yeah,
regeneration
yeah. So he's
to be
got
that way.
these reality bending powers, and I mean this is going to be a lot of people's first introduction to the Time Maker, and I think that
Right.
he's such a phenomenal villain.
Yeah.
Right back since I'd first heard about him many years ago when I started watching Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He's one that I've always wanted to see again, and it's 57 years. This is actually the longest gap between villain appearances
Right.
in the history of the show. It's been 57 years since he first
Yeah.
appeared.
Now,
Um,
also, I'm a little concerned with stuff I'm seeing. Like people are talking about the 14th Doctor as oh, like we can't wait for him to get wiped and things reset. Like I don't understand where it's coming from. I'm seeing these posts about people calling him like he's not a real doctor, like he's a temporary doctor, and that when everything's done, like that's regeneration energy. Regardless of this is not the first time that someone has altered the doctor's regeneration. It's been happening so many damn times. We've talked about it, right? So it's permanent. It's not that like things going to be over and he's going to regenerate unless of course he's going to get hurt severely. So like yeah, he may have changed his appearance like the celestial toy maker, but this is not a temporary doctor. This is not a I mean they're really like not some of them are really knocking it on Twitter. Have you seen some of the posts? People are
yeah,
really
I
I
think
wonder
that
why.
um, yeah, it's an odd one. I do think that at the end of it, this is going to come out as the most complex regeneration to kind of explain. Which because at a point that I was thinking of is that RTD is probably going to use this as a chance to try to get a new audience on board with the show again.
Right,
Um, like how complex do you really want to make the regeneration when you're introducing it to a new audience? Because everyone is then going to go in expecting every regeneration to be like that. And
right,
when it's kind of a simple, switching between faces as it usually is, it's not going to be what this new audience base, if he manages to get one, expects. So
right.
I think that there is an aspect of it where Shooty exists um, at the moment within within them episodes. I mean, obviously he does. We've seen him.
Well, doesn't
He,
I heard the rumor that he appears to help the doctor, but like he knows he has to help the doctor because he witnessed
yeah,
it as the 14th Doctor.
I've heard a rumor of two TARDISes. I've heard a rumor that he appears in the toy room at the end as part of like the final battle with the Toy Maker, and he helps David 14 defeat the Toy Maker, and
Right.
then whatever happens, it's like a bi-regeneration where um 14 is probably going to be acknowledged as an actual doctor going forward, but
Oh, you
he
don't
kind
think
of
he will be though? Like because of the altering of the regeneration, you think they're not really they should really count him at all?
I think that they
Because look at
should.
John Hurt. They count. I mean, I
Yeah,
always was mad about that, and I felt that if the Doctor had a straight timeline, that they just inserted him in, you know, and
I think that the fact that they've given that doctor, that incarnation of the doctor, an actual title in terms of the 14th Doctor indicates that he's probably going to be kept on as an actual doctor. He's going to be
right.
recognized as an actual incarnation.
I mean, I think he
Um,
should be.
I think he should be. I think it's no good kind of going back, and the whole thing that I don't want with this is this whole kind of easy cop out route where they go, oh, but it was just a dream kind of thing. Um,
Oh, I hope not.
that kind of, I think that would
See, I
be.
also don't understand how both doctors could exist if he's just the same person. Like if Shooty is like waiting to emerge or something, but then he's in that place, but he doesn't. He never really came to be. I don't understand that either.
Well, in the rumor that I read, there's apparently a conversation between 14 and 15 about a bi-regeneration. I don't know what that actually means in kind of technical terms. I just know it by the fact that it's mentioned in certain lines of dialogue.
By
Um,
regeneration, they call it.
bi-regeneration, yeah. So
So what
it
does
seems
that
like
mean? Yeah.
I don't actually know, but the gist of the conversation that 14 and 15 apparently have in this rumor is, and this is only just rumor at this point, but apparently it's a Time Lord myth. So they don't actually know if it's real or not. It's just a theory. It's a theoretical approach, and they obviously then what happens with them two prove it to be true, but at that point to them it's just a myth, so they don't
But in other words, they so it could mean it's not going to mean that there's two doctors running around.
no, I don't think there's going to be two doctors running around at the end of it, but I think at that moment in time there's going to be two doctors that is of the same regeneration.
Oh, so not necessarily. Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is it's sort of like John Hurt's doctor who was never meant to be, and they gave him a potion to create that. But when the mission was over, he wasn't hurt or nothing. He just regenerated back into what he was supposed to be. So
I
you,
think a little bit, but I think it's going to be more complex in that. I think it's a regeneration happened, and then at some point within the regeneration, when the toy maker started to have his influence over it, it split off into two separate bodies. So Shooty came out of it as well as his own kind of entity,
but somewhere
but
else,
at somewhere else, yeah. But at the end, they will just end up kind of
merging.
maybe merging together or something like that. But it kind of it was a product of one regeneration. So rather than two regenerations happening, kind of it counts as one regeneration just
So it's
split
like
off.
a split. Like we often talk the rumor about the doctor splitting with the Valeyard into two different people, right?
Exactly that kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's kind of that. But as I said, it's I don't know much more about the technical side of it other than it's kind of mentioned in according to this rumor, a line of dialogue where I think it's 14 claims that it's a myth, and that it can't happen, and then it clearly does. So there's got to be. I do think that RTD will come up with something kind of clever.
But Shooty would have to be in that other realm, right?
Where
Or would he
Shooty,
actually be physically somewhere else?
he'll be physically somewhere else. Because I definitely think he appears with Tennant in scenes towards the end of. As far as I know, he's only in the
But he
giggle.
has his own TARDIS, though, right? Or is he not?
Yeah. So apparently, there's two TARDISes as
So he's
well.
from the future,
Potentially, or he's from another kind of space, and he just
right?
it's very strange. We'll have to see how it kind of how
Yeah.
it pans out because I do
I
think
just
that it
don't
is.
want them to diminish David Tennant's tenure as the 14th Doctor.
I don't think that
That's
they
what I want.
will. I
Yeah,
think that I can definitely see Big Finish continuing because if let's say at the end of it that he does save Donna and Donna then doesn't have to have her memory wiped, think about the potential that Big Finish could have with
right.
expanding their stories. And I mean, we're seeing in the annuals and in Doctor Who magazine that they're going to the effort of making adventures for the 14th Doctor because in the annual, the 24 annual,
Right.
we've got a story of him with the Sycorax again, and then in the Doctor Who magazine, we've got this whole big year-long arc with the Daleks. So
Right.
um,
I
they're
mean,
going.
couldn't they say that the whole, or they're not revisiting the whole fact that the Master tried to force the Doctor's regeneration, and then that doesn't count at all, right? I mean, that
I think that whatever happens with this regeneration is solely down to the Toy Maker
has
because
nothing to do with what happened before.
I don't think it might do. It might have a little bit of an influence by the fact that the Master switched bodies with Jodie, but I think that it's mostly going to be the Toy Maker because the Toy Maker Um, with what he can do to reality, I think he's a far more powerful person than the Master is. So he'd be
Right.
able to do that rather than the Master, who
Now
just
is
kind of.
Ryan Gosling, who's appearing in Doctor Who, is he going to be the Master?
I don't actually know whether to believe the Ryan Gosling thing or not. As far as I know, it's only if it does happen, it's only going to be a Christmas thing, like a bit like Kylie
Okay.
Minogue when she appeared
Right.
in Voyage of the Damned. So I
Okay.
think that it's just gonna be a one time thing. So I don't think that he'll be the Master.
Okay.
Um, I don't actually see RTD doing the Master
For a while.
because it's been something that we've seen constantly as the main villain for
Right.
going on nearly 10 years now since Capaldi
Yeah.
first started. So I think it's time for a break. I think that what he might start doing actually is introducing more of the toy makers um, family.
Family.
So
I mean, is
yeah,
that what the probably plan is going to be? That's what the.
potentially, I think kind of having more powerful villains from the extended universe, like the Toymaker. I mean, he's got a sister called that appeared in um, an audio drama with the second Doctor called the Queen of Time, called
Oh.
Hecuba,
Okay.
who can manipulate time in much the
Oh.
same way that the Toymaker can. And she's a very very powerful human, not human, sorry, a very powerful eternal,
Hmm. Okay.
and she, yeah, she's very powerful, and she's the Toymaker's sister. But
Right.
there's other members of that family
So they'll
that.
probably go get involved, right? You think?
Apparently, Philip was telling me earlier, and I didn't know this, that the Great Intelligence is part of the same family as well. So
Oh, the
they're
great
obvious.
intelligence is sort of like an eternal.
Yeah, so they're all very powerful kind of monsters and villains, and I think that that's kind of maybe the angle that RTD is going to go with. I think that Jinx Monsoon could potentially be playing Hecuba
Right.
um, in the series 14
That's
episode.
interesting.
But
I we just have comments. Hey Daniel, how are you? Daniel said hello. Celestial Toymaker's an internal. Yes. Kay's like hello. Ask me why I look thin. I am thin lately. I don't know. And he said hello, Connor. How are you?
hello.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that RTD, to be honest, one thing that I'm very excited about, which I think is quite obvious at this point, is that RTD is pulling a lot from the comics and
Yeah.
from the kind of extended media, so the novels and the audios. And I mean, Beep the Meep is an example of that. And I just think that it's very exciting to kind of see where it's going.
I see the focus was not on promoting the Rose character, but just on an open doctor mostly. That's it. Like
Yeah, I
you know,
think
and
that
Kate Stewart.
I don't think that Rose is going to be a huge part of it, or
Right.
is going to be kind of the role that people expect. I don't think that she's going to be the companion. I
Right.
mean, we know
Not
that
yet,
she,
anyway.
and not yet anyway. I mean, I think that she'll appear maybe in Shooty's run at some point, but I don't think
Right.
that she'll ever be a main companion. I mean, she's obviously not going to be for some time because we've got Millie Gibson,
Yes,
as
and she
as
looks
we've.
like she's in it for the long haul, right? Like for another
Yeah,
season
yeah, I
or
think she's going to do a couple of series.
mm,
So I think that, yeah, I don't think that Rose is necessarily going to get a chance to be a main companion for some time.
now, what
Um,
about the characters we hear? Like Amel is returning, right? And rumors about Susan appearing.
yeah. I think Mel is definitely in the 60th because if you look in the trailer, when Kate Stewart appears, she's got this like bracelet thing on her kind of upper arm. And in the reveal image that they released when Bonnie Langford was announced as returning as Mel, she's got the same thing. So it either indicates that she's working for UNIT or she appears in the 60th because she also appears in the reveal photo on the actual
Mm,
helipad that they landed on in the trailer. So I think
right,
that Mel is going to be a part of one of the specials, if not all three of them.
gotcha.
Um, and yeah, I think Susan might appear. Um, I mean, after William Russell appeared as Ian in Power of
Yeah,
the
of course
Doctor,
she would appear.
I think anything. anything is possible now. It's going to be interesting to see who does actually appear. I do hope.
I showed Sharon the trailer,
Yeah.
and she's watched Doctor Who with me since we've been going out, and she didn't like the fact that the TARDIS was scared and ran away. Like, she was like, "What? What's that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's something different, I guess. I don't know."
It's actually got a feature which I learned from watching another reaction video on YouTube called, I think it's the hostile. It's something like where we detect something is like terribly wrong. It does just disappear. It just leaves. It just leaves the doctor.
Wow.
And it has got that feature, but it's not. I don't think it's ever been seen on TV before.
Right.
It's only been referenced in kind of the comics or
Right.
novels.
Well, it's sort of like when that time he wanted to visit his own grave, and the TARDIS didn't want to go there. Remember?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
saw that the TARDIS was broken, window was broken, but then the timeline completely changed, and the TARDIS wasn't
Exactly.
broken
Yeah, I think
anymore.
it's very similar to that. It
Yeah.
just it knows when there's like some
I
real
guess with the celestial
dangerous shit
toy
going down.
maker, it could
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
would have problems, right?
I mean, because he's so powerful as well. I mean, he is literally like a god.
Are they killing him off? You think or no?
The toy maker.
Yeah, you think they're gonna kill him off
I
in the
don't think
second?
so. He can't die. He's eternal.
So that he could get hurt though, right? Or no?
He can get hurt, yeah, but I mean, I listened to an audio recently with the Sixth Doctor. It was supposed to be an episode back in the 80s called The Nightmare Fair, and he was
Oh,
waiting on
right.
Earth. He was waiting on Earth for what seemed like millions of years, just for the Doctor to appear in that one location at that one
Really?
time. Yeah, so he's
Millions.
yeah, he can stay around for a long time. He's immortal as far as I know.
Wow.
He can be trapped and he can be stopped, but he can't be killed.
He could be
Um,
trapped. Oh,
yeah, he
what?
can
He
be
could be
trapped.
depowered? You mean
Yeah,
something?
did kind of depowered, stuck in his own realm because he works within his own dimension, as far as I know. He's like a um the toy room is its own dimension, I
Right.
think. Which
But
he
now
has.
he's in our dimension though, in the series,
Yeah, so he's
I guess.
obviously influenced the reality of whatever world. I mean, it could be an alternate universe kind of thing as well. We never know. It might not even be the actual London.
Oh, so it might be an alternate of everybody. You think, or not
Potentially,
necessarily?
it could be an alternate universe that has been put together by the toy maker to entice
Oh,
the Doctor. Because if you remember in the trailer, the Doctor is kind of because he's not supposed to obviously speak to Donna, as we know, because she'll
right.
die. But all of these alien forces are kind of surrounding her, so they're trying to obviously draw him in so that they do meet again, which I think is
Well, what's
obvious.
stopping her from exploding though? The
I
toy
actually
maker.
don't know. It's going to be interesting to see kind of how he writes himself out of this hole they put
Right.
himself at the end of Journey's End.
I tell you, like you said, I'm more excited than ever before seeing the trailer. I just don't get some people's negativity towards the show. Like
I don't.
I'm super on board. Like I'm so
I
psyched. It's like we needed that kick.
the majority of people that I've seen on Twitter, on forums and stuff, on Facebook and etc., are very excited by this trailer.
Yeah.
Like beyond what there have been
Probably a
for.
small percentage that just I don't know if it's there because they're mad that Jodie's gone or if it's completely there's actually multiple factions of it. People that like Jodie, people didn't like Jodie, but for some reason there's a lot of people that's maybe like two different factions that are against um Russell T Davis and David Tennant. I don't know why, but still,
The only faction I'm kind of in, I'm like one foot stood in, is that I almost wish that they didn't do this whole thing with David Tennant and they just went to straight to Ncuti Gatwa, because I'm actually more excited by Ncuti Gatwa than I am by David
well, we
Tennant.
know why it happened. He was hired, but he couldn't commit because he had obligations with sex education and Barbie. Like he couldn't film anything. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
doctor
So
was going to be off the air if it wasn't for Russell T Davis. You know, he
I
was
think
totally off the air for a long time.
I think that there was always plans as well. I mean, RTD said as much when they were doing the watch-alongs during the COVID lockdowns, and
Yeah.
he spoke to David and Catherine. So I think he always had plans to
Yeah,
kind of do.
they mentioned it to him, and then he kept it in the back of his mind
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
would
until
want
he
to
had a
come
meeting
back.
at
But
BBC.
then
Yeah.
also, I don't know if he had a meeting with Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill because they want to come back too. But wouldn't they come back naturally with Matt Smith? I mean, it wouldn't be a different doctor.
I don't
I don't.
think that like I think that he's probably of the mind that you can't bring everyone back in one episode. So he's just kind
No,
of
not one episode. I'm saying like I would make a couple of posts on Twitter, and I'm of the mind that when Shooty regenerates, maybe like 3 seasons, 4 seasons, whatever, that before the next Doctor really happens, they would probably do the same thing with Matt Smith, be like a future incarnation, and Moffat giving Russ Davis a little break maybe, and just doing his own little thing for like a specials or something.
I do
Because
hope it doesn't become a regular thing because I think that having one actor play, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to be another Doctor, fair enough, but I think having kind of one actor appear like multiple times over the years, I think David Tennant's done it enough now. I
right.
remember the Power of the Doctor aired, and I said exactly the same thing. It feels like they're kind of showing favoritism by always bringing him back.
Well, I
And
just
even
feel that I will fully accept Matt Smith coming back too, but that's it. Of future incarnation doctors, nobody else. Like because I do feel like with those two doctors, Tennant and Smith, that there's some unfinished business that was never
Mm,
really taken care of. Right?
I mean,
I mean,
if it
especially with
makes
Clara too. There's a whole bunch of crap going on. So
yeah, I mean, if it makes sense within the story, then fair enough. I think that RTD will find a way to explain this in a nice way
and
where it does.
Moffat is a writer now on it, right? That's what we talked about before.
Yes, but apparently he has written an episode for series 14. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, like I said, if under Russell T Davis, like Moffat just gives him a break and does a couple specials with Matt Smith in the future, because again, right now while we're talking, they are filming series 15, right?
Yeah, they're prepping for it. Yeah, they're about to start shooting in a month or
And
two.
and that will probably be done by the time the new season airs. So Shooty will essentially be filming his third season as the first season appears.
Yeah, potentially, or I think that there is because he did an interview a while ago with Rolling Stone magazine,
Yeah,
and he said basically that he would like to do more theatre work. So there is
right,
kind of speculation going on that they're doing it this way, so that he can take the time between um, series 15 and series
right.
16 airing to do more theatre work, to do
Branch
his
that
own
out.
other projects, and it makes total sense because he's probably more likely to stick around longer beyond maybe even 3 series if he has that freedom to take them breaks to do his own
Right.
stuff rather
Yeah.
than being kind of pinned down by Doctor Who for 5 or 6 years and not being able to do much else. Because I think that's probably the problem that David Tennant and Matt Smith had.
Yeah.
It maybe even
Well,
picked
like
back on
Moffat thought that he was staying. He wrote a whole goddamn season about it. He even posted in Doctor Who magazine that Madame Kavarian was coming back. She's the main nemesis, and then that never happened.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, he initially planned for Series 5 to be with David Tennant.
right.
So it was never certain that David was leaving either until he was. So
Right.
no, I think that he's probably going to be more likely to give Shooty some breaks, maybe to try and convince him to stick around a little bit longer. Because
Right.
Shooty has a huge career coming up. I mean, he appeared in Barbie,
Right.
and you know, like that's like the biggest film of the year right now.
Oh, over $1 billion. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
regardless of how long he was in it, he's still in a movie that made $1 billion. So the
Yeah,
demand is going to be there.
he's already done more than most actors could probably even dream of,
Right.
in terms of appearing in $1 billion film. So I think that he's going to be, and you know, Sex Education season 4, the last series, has literally just come out, and
Right.
he again is a highlight of it. So I think that he's going to have a big career coming up. And I don't think that he wants to kind of miss out on opportunities just because Doctor Who
Yeah. I mean,
is there.
you were talking off air about. I was questioning. I was asking you why the hell would Matt Smith turned down the role of Reed Richards in Fantastic Four, where the payday is astronomical. I'm talking he will be getting paid for the next job security, right? 10 years at least
Yeah, I
as
think he
Reed
should
Richards. Why would he
absolutely.
turn that down? Like, I don't understand that. What's up,
The only
Albert?
reasoning, the only reasoning I can think of is that he's obviously committed to House of the Dragon at the moment. So I think that with that filming, I mean, season 2 is just about to wrap
Right.
next week, I think. So he's going to have probably a little bit of time there, especially with all the strikes going
But
on as
is his
well.
character meant to live the whole series or no? Or we don't
Pretty
know.
much, yeah, until near close to the very end of the
Oh,
and they're
because we
doing
know
about
how
4.
we know when he dies, right? Because of the
Yeah,
books or no?
that whole story has already been written out. You can
Oh,
read it. You can read it in a book. So
oh
it's
wow.
he does pretty much survive the majority of the show, and
Wow.
there's going to be 4 series of that. So he's got another 2
And
committed.
they're like 2 years apart, so he's locked, I guess, in the next 4 years, right?
Yeah, potentially 4 years, 5 years, even 6
So he
years, maybe.
probably couldn't do both, I guess.
I mean, he could probably do Fantastic Four because I mean
But he
that's
turned
not
it
even.
down. He turned it down.
But
Flat out. They said it all
has
over the
he?
place.
The only thing I heard was that
They
if it
asked
got offered,
originally Adam Driver, and then
yeah,
Adam Driver said
yeah,
that he did not. I guess the writing he didn't connect to it. So what
he
do?
didn't
They
like the
fired.
script,
They
and
threw out the script and the director now,
then they went to
Matt
Matt Smith,
Smith,
didn't they? And
and
then
he said no.
I did they actually say that he said no? Because
He
I
said
just
no,
remember it
supposedly.
going. I remember it going from Matt Smith, and then straight away, within a couple of weeks, it jumped to Jake Gyllenhaal. Um, he's the
It
latest name,
supposedly, from what I read, he turned it down flat out.
right? Okay.
Now we got to confirm it. I guess between you and Chris can confirm it or not. But I that's why it boggles my mind. Why would you do that? Because he's been trying so hard to have a stable. All right, yes, House of the Dragon, right, but he needs something more, than that. I think so. That's the question. Is like we have to find out.
I'd like him to take it because as an actor, he's kind of
But
growing on
Karen
me.
Gillan's been trying to get him in there for how long? In the MCU?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got obviously that connection with Karen Gillan, hasn't he?
Yeah, and she wants to come back too. So that's another thing. For some reason, she wants to come back with Off the Novel with Matt Smith, but does he want to come back too? And is he going to get the same deal like David Tennant, where he's going to get special? Because again, like I said, I will accept that. I'm on board with that because as long as they wrap up the Ponds and then Clara and then Craig was supposed to appear too, they're still going to do that supposedly. So I would be on board with those specials.
I mean, let's not forget as well, in terms of other franchises and kind of the influence, like David Tennant is currently in Star Wars
Yeah,
again.
again,
So we'll see
he's
kind of
set.
this. Yeah,
His son
he's
too,
set.
right? His son's in Game of Thrones, isn't he?
Yeah,
Like in House of Dragon.
Yeah, his son was in House of the Dragon as well. So it's
And he's also going to be in the movies too. And he's got more than one kid anyway. He's got a few, so they're going to be.
yeah, he's got a few kids.
So
Yes, that family's doing well.
He's trying to get his son to be the doctor eventually. I mean, I'm sure with Russell T Davies.
Yeah, I remember reading
that's going to happen. That's probably going to happen.
Yeah, potentially.
Probably in like 10 years. That's probably going to. Well, what would we say? 10 years or 7 years?
I'd say about 10 years, maybe.
10 years. I say that's going to happen. Yeah.
If it is
probably be like Doctor 30 or some shit. Who knows? 31. I don't know. I'm of the mind that the Doctor could regenerate indefinitely. But again,
I think now, yes. I don't think that they'll go back to the whole 12 incarnations thing.
Because Rustlin's like, how many regenerations did I give you? He didn't know. Or somebody gave it, he approved it. But now another thing is, I heard that Timeless Child is going away completely. Even Chris Chibnall he's friends with both of them. And he said flat out, they're going to wipe my shit, basically.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be erased completely because the storyline is that in the Christmas special, Ruby Sunday is taking part in a TV series where she's trying to find her real parents. So she's adopted, and the connection that this goes on well beyond kind of series 14, as far as I know. And obviously, in order to connect with her, he references that he's adopted as well, which is obviously the timeless child.
Well, he thinks he is.
Oh, he thinks he is.
But
So yeah,
the fob watch is in the TARDIS, though.
yes,
I
it is
mean,
now. Yeah.
he could always get it.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I feel that that's a trap, though. I feel that that's not real because why would all the villains entertain you remembering everything like so adamantly, right? Like, why would they want that? And I think kind of the Doctor, as Jodie Whittaker was sensing, hey, maybe I shouldn't because maybe it is a trap. You know?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if it does actually ever pop up again, because I feel like it's one of them things that never
It
really
has to
got
be
resolved.
resolved. It's not like the thing with the Doctor is half human crap with the Eighth Doctor. This is so monumental. It has to be. And why the hell would the Master know about it? And why would she believe the Master? Right? Like I don't understand any of that. Like why would you
Yeah,
believe your worst enemy, your biggest enemy?
to be honest, I'd be
Right?
happy if it doesn't appear again because it's not my favorite storyline. In fact, it's
Well,
one of the
what was the
worst.
story? What's the truth behind the fact that Russell T Davies had lunch with Sasha Dewan and wants him in Doctor Who again as the Master? Is there any truth to that? Because he kind of said something about it.
I know that Sasha Dewan did an interview where he said, like, watch this space, kind of, when asked about Doctor Who. But I
So in
don't
other
know.
words, is it possible that he's not so hurt that he has to regenerate at the end of when he had that creature zap the
Yeah,
Doctor?
potentially. Potentially, yeah.
Because here's the thing now, didn't when we saw that episode, didn't you think that he was kind of switching the whole thing up with the timeless child and making it like it was that alien entity? And it was
Um,
kind of weird.
yeah, I don't really know what happened with the kid. But
Because that alien entity was the same exact thing. It was
yeah,
came from another dimension, and then and everybody was looking for it, right? And then another thing too, it's like I just don't know how the universe was restored. Like who restored the universe completely? Because everything was destroyed but two planets, Earth and the other one.
yeah, I'd have to give it a rewatch because
He
I've
never
only watched
explained
it
it.
once.
There is no explanation. It just went from before the Dalek episode. It was like the universe got destroyed, and they were joking about it at the time. He's like, "Well, where are you going to go? There's only two planets, except for
Yeah,
traveling through time, right?" Before this happened, so who saved the universe, and where it's not a big deal now? Because Vinder, what purpose would he have to travel if there was only two planets?
yeah. Good point. Good point.
Like, what the hell is he traveling around for? So, yeah, Chinlo just flat out didn't explain it. Just like, and this is another thing I had a thing on Twitter about is that you remember how no one said that Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor was the first Doctor? It was that Doctor Who convention that labeled it that to sell tickets, and she even said it's never been revealed that I'm the first Doctor. Chibnall has said that he's never said that. So why people keep pushing that narrative that she's the
Yeah,
first Doctor?
I,
Like,
I,
why is
I
that so important that she needs to be the first Doctor?
I think the incarnation thing has got so confused that people just don't know where to place all of these kind of
Well, going by
different
the
doctors.
police box, she's after the first. It's just was it the second Doctor taken at a time, going on missions, getting hurt, regenerating, her working for them Rassilon or somebody switching her back to the second Doctor to regenerate to the third. Like, what's the cause of all that? Because the police box got stuck in the first episode as the police box, Earthly Child, right? So like the fact that the TARDIS is a police box means it's after the first. Can't be before that. So I'm just curious, like what the hell is going on with that? Like, I think it has to be explained, and I think that Chibnall flat out said he never thought it through to exactly where the F she is in the Doctor's history, but he never said she was the first.
Yeah.
So that wasn't
Yeah.
ever a thought to him that she was before the first. She was after the first, just we don't know where. So that's what I'm trying to say. And then for some reason, people just want things to be true and they want to believe bullshit. And that's kind of what I've been fighting about on Twitter, is because it's like they never said that. Nobody in Doctor Who said that Joe Martin. I love Joe Martin. I like Joe Martin, right? I want to see Joe Martin as a doctor, but she's not the first Doctor. So she could be the 16th. I would be. I mean, would you be on board with Russell T Davis doing a couple seasons with her or no?
No, I think I'd rather kind of have Shooty
Move
now.
past it? No, after shooting, I mean.
After
No?
no.
You're kind of done. Okay.
Yeah, I think that they should just kind of forget about that whole storyline.
But
To be
how
honest.
can you if she's a doctor? How could you just
Well,
forget that?
no, not so much forget about it in terms of like forget that she ever existed, but just like don't bring it back again.
Do you think that they'll explain it that she's not the doctor and she's like the medic crisis or anything like that, maybe? Or
I don't know. I mean, it's easy to forget them kind of storylines because if you remember, it's not the only unresolved storyline that we've had recently. I mean, remember the hybrid one in series 9?
yeah, but
That
that's not a big deal like this. This is like a doctor we don't know shit about. Like, where the hell is she? That's a huge thing that people are gonna be questioning for fucking decades. That shit
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be resolved, though. The thing with the human doctor, you could say that the TARDIS lied to the master to make him believe that, or maybe it was in the certain hours of his regeneration cycle because he regenerated after the body died and kicked in, that he had one heart, or well, no, he had two hearts when he was the doctor. So I don't know. Like I just think that you could explain away that he's half human part, but with the whole Joe Martin thing, you can't push it aside. It has to be addressed. Like, people are going to be on that forever. And I think that the only way to move forward for positive future of Doctor Who is that he dares the rapids and flat out explains it. I think. And I think, honestly, they should do away with that. They should have Rassilon explain it, that Tecteun was just a nut, and she was never anything big in Doctor Who other than creating her own little bands or her own little group. That she was like a rebel, like she wasn't really anything big at all, and that this is all bullshit. Like, she worked with the master and it was all a setup, and it was just phony baloney,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But for some reason, Sasha Dewan was contacted, so we don't know what.
I mean,
and what the hell is going on with the Doomsday shit either? The hell is that?
I've not.
Well, what is that? That's not Russell T Davis, right?
No, I hope not. I hope not. Although I've heard apparently it's okay in places. Yeah,
I'm not okay with
I
that.
think that. Let's not forget as well with just going back to Joe Martin briefly. She is doing Big Finish, and so is Sasha Dewan as well.
Oh, so there you go.
They've both got box sets planned. So they're going to be. I think that maybe that's where they'll take the whole thing with Joe Martin.
But that's not going to be canon unless it's done in the show. You can't just.
Oh well, yeah. Big Finish is definitely canon.
Going to be canon. Is Harriet Jones, former prime minister, going to be in this? Because I've seen all the stuff about the Subway network. Is that just?
Yeah. So they put a channel up on Instagram called the Subwave Network, which was basically just to kind of promote the trailer. But people thought that it was a hint that Harriet Jones might come back, because we know now.
Well, he did explain it.
Yeah, so
she got permission from Chibnall that she's alive.
Yeah, she fell through the floor and landed on a mattress, apparently.
And then it got on a moped and took off.
Yeah, pretty much. So she's alive, but we'll see if she's
underground.
Does actually appear.
Low key.
Yeah. Just before we apparently Philip wants to join. So do you want to send a link to Philip?
Yes.
I think that I think Harriet Jones might actually appear at some point. I think there's going to be a huge emphasis on unit going forward as well. because
Well, isn't that going to be a series
it'll be a spin-off series, I think, as
with
well.
companions, right?
Mel is obviously going to be working for Unit, so she's going to be a huge part of Shootie's era going forward. I think she's going to appear multiple times.
Are we going to see the return of Rose Tyler or no?
I really hope not, because that's RTD1 sort of stuff. You want to, if you want to come back and say I'm going to do something new, you don't bring back people like Rose. You bring back Martha, because Martha makes sense because she can work for Unit.
But she's she's a mercenary now, isn't she? She's not necessarily.
Yeah. Bring back Martha. Bring back Gwen Cooper from Torchwood. Bring back,
but
Mel.
Jack. Is it too soon?
I don't think John Barrowman will ever return.
Really?
I think he's done. I think he's burnt his bridges.
Well, he's doing stuff besides that. That's kind of pissing people off, right? Right?
Yeah, I think he too much controversy with him. I feel like.
I want to see him return, though. I love him, but we'll see.
And I know there are a few Barrowman fans out there. I'm not one of them. I don't really like him, but
right.
I just don't see how he could possibly return, because I just think, as I said, too much controversy surrounds him.
Yeah.
Now, with the whole
kind of
getting his dick
out.
Hello. Thing.
What's up? How you doing?
I was tired, but I got enough energy just to show my face and give you my piece of my side of it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I said I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Okay, fair enough. Carry on, Connor. My apologies, Connor. Carry on.
No, I just said I want to hear what you have to say.
We're just talking about John Barrowman, so go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
Oh, right. Well, first of all, doesn't it look delicious? The way that what's the word I'm looking for? The cinematic look of it. It looks like a proper movie, don't it? Proper movie. And but I said earlier today somewhere, David Tennant looks terrible. It looks like he looks ill.
You think he looks ill?
I think it's just that he has more lines on his face now. He looks a lot older than people think.
I mean, his voice is kind of rapsy too, a little bit.
I think, his voice has changed a little bit.
Yeah, it changed a lot as well. But I just looked at it and I thought, oh my God, you need to eat some more, man. But anyway. But, let me just tilt it. That's better. Now
there you go.
Yeah, so, what am I going to say? Yeah, so, number one, my favorite image is a giant toy maker with the puppet strings.
Yes.
That was, I was like, what the beep? That was cool. And the whole thing about Donna, and I'm trying to work out how she gets her memory back without her brain being fried.
Correct.
Because I don't understand how she can stand there and talk to the doctor and not die. But anyway, the fact that the TARDIS runs away because it's scared of the toy maker, that made me laugh. Yeah, I thought that was funny. But overall, I can't wait to see it. It looks good. I'm not too keen on Jenna. What's her name? Jenna Redgrave.
Jenna
Redgrave.
Yeah,
you don't like her, huh?
It's because they never do anything proper with her when she comes on screen in any Doctor story. They always sort of like make her lackluster. So I'm hoping they do a lot better with her this time around.
Well, I mean, whenever she appears, she's always like starstruck about the Doctor, because like growing up as a kid, the Brigadier's daughter, she always heard stuff about him, so she's a fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knows he helped her dad, so she's like the little kid that's like, oh, you know, even though she's grown up, she's just in awe of the Doctor. She's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Power of the Doctor, not Power of the Doctor. What was the finale of Flux called? Anyway.
I can't remember myself.
Yeah, and anyway, the finale of Flux, she was in that one, and all she did was stand around.
She ran around.
That's why I was saying that.
Disappeared in that corridor for like years or some shit.
Right? Actually, Connor, I do have one question, Connor.
Yeah.
The trailer itself, did we see just Starbies or more than or even or
Well, the
other-
whole
That was a
stuff
Christmas.
with-
Wasn't that the Christmas special showing Shooty?
no, but no, that's I think that's the end of the giggle. The whole stuff, as far as I know, where the toy maker is on the gun, on the helipad and all that sort of stuff, and London kind of gets blown apart. That's the
Yeah.
giggle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Right.
we've seen a bit of all three specials, but they're just trying not to give much away of the kind of the second and the third one. I
Right.
think they're trying to they're
second one is
doing
the
a lot
most
more about
popular
Beep
one.
because
Gallifrey's not going to be mentioned at all, is it?
it might be mentioned, but it won't be shown.
It's
I
not going to have
got-
anything to do with any of this stuff, right? Like they're
I
not going to
got-
Nah,
have
I don't
something.
think so.
I've got a feeling that Shooty is in that place where all the doctors were in the other one. Was it
The
Power
Edge,
of the
yeah.
Doctor? Power of the Doctor.
But when
Yeah.
we see like Matt Smith and Capaldi and all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other doctors in there with them,
Possibly. There is actually someone pointed out that they listened to the trailer again, and right at the end, you know where they do the slow motion of Shooty's face.
Yeah.
They use the same sound effect and the same gasp that she did at the end of Power of the Doctor. So what the rumor is as well is that the cliff edge that she stood on, they're going to go back there, and rather than her turning into Tennant, she'll turn into Shooty. So it'll be almost like a reality reset. Where,
so in other words, at the end of the thing with the toy maker, the doctor's going to go back to that point
possibly,
and then regenerate.
Yeah.
He's not going to go back to Jodie's doctor and then to Shooty. It's just going to be right from him.
It might just go back and then just show Shooty. Yeah.
Because someone on Twitter put two photos up.
What?
With the one we shoot that we see at the end of this trailer, and the one with the doctors in that place, the Edge, and the background looks very similar to the Edge. If you look at Shooty's background,
Yeah.
it looks very similar to the Edge.
A lot of people think as well that it's that photo of him where he says, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah,
is him on the helipad. So you know the helipad that is frequently in the trailer.
Yeah.
The unit helipad, you mean?
Yeah, the unit one.
Yeah.
It might be on there as well that he appears.
Oh.
But one thing I actually didn't point out in my initial reaction that it's just reminded me of is, doesn't the unit HQ look an awful lot like Avengers Tower?
It does.
It does.
100%. It's like they bought the fucking Stark Tower. Right.
The most interesting thing is, remember that photo of Mary Bush, where she's standing on a helipad. So
Yeah.
be in this 6th special as well.
Yeah. She's, as I said,
Well,
to
three
you,
specials.
Well, the 3 special, yeah.
Well, okay, wait. Let's clarify. The first special is the 60th.
no, all three of them all three of them are the 60th.
I know. Okay, but what I'm saying is they're not all going to air on the 60th.
No, they won't all air on the 23rd. None of them
Right,
might
the
air
first-
on the 23rd. We don't know.
None of them going to air on the 23rd.
Well, we don't know yet. It's not being
We
confirmed.
don't really know.
so-
I think, I'm reckoning the last one will air on the 23rd. So we get the regeneration on the 23rd.
The speculation at the moment is, do they do them over 3 weekends or do they do them 3 in a row?
Like 3 days in a row.
Yeah, so my thinking is that they're going to do them 3 days in a row. and it's
What
going
did
to
they
run
do?
from the
What did Russell T
25th
Davies
to
do
27th.
when he did the New Year? It was Christmas and the New Year's. Was it a week apart? The end of
Yeah,
time?
it was a week apart.
Still be a week apart.
So could they do that maybe?
They've never done 2 episodes of Doctor Who in a row
Like specials, you mean?
on consecutive days.
Okay.
I think.
But we
Unless they
also
did it like back in
forgetting
the
that
80s.
it's not only just 3 specials, but there's a Christmas special right after.
Yeah, so
Those 3 specials.
there'll be the 3 specials and there'll be a small gap.
So
Of like
so
3
it's
to 4
basically 4 episodes of Doctor Who from November 23rd to December 24th.
People don't
December
realize that come November, Doctor Who will rarely be off our screens because you've got the 3 specials in November.
Right.
You've got the Xmas special in
Christmas.
December, and then Series 14 is expected to start in March. So
Right.
you've literally got within the next 6 months about 3 months, 2 or 3 months.
And rumor
of-
that the and then rumored that the first spinoff would be probably that,
possibly late
about
2024.
that November of
About the
2024,
spin-off.
right?
About the spin-off, because they're now saying that it's not true that we're getting spin-offs.
No,
Is that,
it
is
is, there is.
that
We are getting spin-offs. It's
We
just
are getting
what are the
spin-offs.
spin-offs?
okay?
One spinoff unit.
I think Unit is definitely happening. There is a lot of kind of because apparently it was supposed to start filming by now.
Yeah,
But
see, the reason why unit's going to work is because let's just say it can't work by itself. You throw the freaking companions in there as agents of unit, and that some of them can reach the doctor, and then you bring them in, and that's how you connect that universe. Where what and it was always be interesting because you don't have to focus on the same companions. You could have Martha Jones. You could have friggin' Clara. I mean, Clara. I don't even know. Like, I don't know if they're gonna bring her back or if that's gonna be a thing where Moffat's gonna be able to solve that as a gift.
I heard that the rumor about Capaldi and Smithy being in the 60th, somewhere along the line.
I heard that too.
With Smithy, they probably had Karen Gillan come back rather than Clara.
Well, the thing was that she had expressed everywhere that her and Arthur Darvill
Was love to come back.
will come. Well, here's the thing: they're not going to. Common sense. They're not going to come back with another doctor. They would come back with Matt Smith, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
So I was talking to Connor, and I was saying, well, look, by the time Shooty's first season airs, he's going to be doing the third season, right? So technically, Matt Smith could return in 2027 and do specials like they're doing with Tennant, but to bridge the gap to the next doctor, which who the hell knows who that is, right? So, and it's also a gift to Moffat because Moffat, when I was at filming, Moffat was there at filming for Angels Take Manhattan. He filmed a whole bunch of stuff that I saw that was not in there. So my whole thing is like he wasn't happy with the way he ended that off with the Ponds, and I think he also in the back of his mind has that whole season that Matt Smith was supposed to appear in with Madame Corvarian being the villain, right? That is just sitting there. And also the other script he still wanted to do with Craig returning for that trilogy, that thing, where he's on the beach, the Sea Devils, and Matt Smith. Now, of course, it would probably be that Matt Smith is Doctor number 16, right? It's not going to be he's going to be a past doctor, but he could be. I don't know. But I think it's just they're also going to explain the Missy thing, too, because Moffat also wants to bring back Michelle Gomez because they're best friends anyway. So, like, you have to understand why she was the woman in the shop giving Clara the number. So there's a whole bunch of unfinished business with two doctors, with David Tennant and with Matt Smith, beyond like what everything else. Like, and Clara probably could get wrapped up with Matt Smith because she's
the only reason I can see Capaldi and Smithy being in the 60th would be to do with when the regeneration goes back, tries to reset itself back to Shooty, if you know what I mean. So you get brief glimpses of those two whilst the regeneration's happening.
Right. But you got to understand too now, they're, I guess, what technically are they in the Edge? They're one person, or they're like a council of doctors in, like, Connor, what is that? Like, are they?
They're not, as far as I know, they're not even people. It's like a manifestation of it's a
Of the doctor talking to himself.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. So it's
So in other words, they're not like, it's not like a thing where they'll make a decision that Matt Smith's doctor will emerge from this regeneration.
Yeah, it's more like a kind of hallucination where you're just seeing multiple versions of yourself.
So she was there because the master took over her body.
Yeah.
And her consciousness was in that place.
Yes.
But she already had created a AI, like a doctor AI, to interact with Ace. And so she predicted that some shit was going to happen. And with the AI helping Yaz, she was able to emerge. But had no damage to her body, but the damage was caused to the Master's body, which I'm kind of confused with. Because she just said in that, I was watching that the other day again, that you just destroyed your body doing that whole regeneration body swap thing. But she's completely healed until he blasts her.
Yeah.
Which I'm also confused about, too, because does that mean that regeneration, of course, doesn't count? Because it's supposed to be hours within the regeneration cycle of stuff. So that was just wiped, in other words, right? That didn't count as anything.
The regeneration of the Master.
Yeah, that just wasn't. It just was aborted, right? Because it didn't go through.
Yeah.
Remember the doctor's always saying that, "Oh, I'll be the doctor if this regeneration works."
Yeah.
And so in other words, that didn't go through, so it didn't take. So that.
Well, you're right, because afterwards it was null and void.
Right. So it never really counted, even though regeneration energy was used up. But couldn't they say, hey, look, when the doctor regenerated, there wasn't enough energy, so it went back to factory settings and just chose an incarnation from memory if it wasn't the case with the Celestial Toy Maker? Because didn't the doctor always say, even as Peter Capaldi, oh, I took too much regeneration energy, so at some point in time, a future incarnation may not have an arm or a leg. Remember you saying that, like something like that, like he took
the pyramid story one.
Yes, he said I took too much regeneration energy from this, and that's going to affect a future incarnation. So couldn't it be possible if the toy maker wasn't the cause, that because of that whole trauma with the regeneration energy, that it didn't have enough to create a new face, and it just went back to, let's say, factory settings?
No, I still stick to the fact that it's
the toy maker, right?
It's the toy maker's doing.
Yeah.
But when he's defeated, does that regeneration complete? And it's not completed like John Hurt? Like, in other words, John Hurt's doctor was the way I see the John Hurt thing, because I have a problem with that, you know that, right? Is that it was always going to be Dr. 8, Dr. 9, Dr. 10. So with time travel and everything, a doctor was inserted in between. And that when the mission was done, that doctor emerged, right? And I always felt that they shouldn't count the War Doctor as an incarnation, but that's my point, was that the regeneration kicked in and he wasn't hurt. And he was the 9th Doctor.
But
I just don't want them to do that with Tennant now. I don't want them to say, like, his regeneration is like a half regeneration with Shooty. I want that to regenerate.
Yeah, but it's not a regeneration. It's a recreation made by the toy maker.
But if they don't, it is the doctor was regenerated.
Yes, but what the toy maker did is stopped it, took out Shooty, and put.
But we can't see this. This is the problem. Like, we can't do it like that, because then they're not going to recognize David Tennant as the 14th Doctor ever. Nobody. The way Twitter is right now, people going crazy about that, right?
Yeah.
You can't do it that way, because then they're never going to let go with it.
Yeah, but they need to understand that the toy maker is a god, as Connor called him.
But the toy maker's not the only one that interfered with the Doctor's regeneration. Like, the Time Lords altered the 2nd Doctor's regeneration to the 3rd. Joji interfered with the fucking regeneration that made the 3rd Doctor into the 4th.
He didn't interfere. He
pushed. He gave it a push because the Doctor was dead. So he helped the regeneration, but he interfered. Yeah. There's always someone that's interfering with the regeneration.
Hang on. If he didn't interfere, we wouldn't have a Doctor.
But okay, but then we also had the Watcher that interfered, which was like merged into himself. So, you know how many times this has happened, though? Think about it. So why is this any different? Why are we getting mad about the toy maker manipulating the regeneration energy? If this is like the 6th time or 5th time this has happened.
Yeah, but you can't call them interfering. They're predestined events to happen.
The Doctor was regenerating no matter what.
Yes.
Right? The Master blasted her, and she had to regenerate. Right? So now Shooty was supposed to emerge.
Yes.
But fucking toy maker interfered, right? Yes. But now you're going to say that when the mission is done and the toy maker is defeated and his magic is gone, that the 14th Doctor is just going to regenerate immediately. That you can't do that.
Remember, if he's a creation of the toy maker and the toy maker gets defeated and he's holding,
It's not that he's a creation of the toy maker. The toy maker wanted to face. Okay, the toy maker felt that David Tennant's 10th Doctor was the best incarnation to battle.
You can't
The
say
most
that,
challenging. I kind of was. It was the most challenging, right? He wanted the Doctor at his best, right? In his eyes, he's not wrong. He's an Eternal. He must know what he's talking about, right? So like he's like, this is the best Doctor I could battle. I want the 10th Doctor. Boom, right? So he interfered with it, right? Just like maybe Missy kind of interfered with being the cause of the Doctor regenerating into a woman because you grabbed his hand and put some type of suggestion into his brain, whatever, or the companion.
That was a
you don't know.
That was a conscious thought by the Doctor to journey into a woman.
But I don't know if that's the case because she was shocked when she saw her face. I don't know. So anyway, I'm just saying that I just don't want David Tennant's thing to be diminished, like he doesn't count, and that when it's done, just like John Hurt, you're supposed to regenerate when you're hurt and dying, not just happens like John Hurt. That thing was, I feel, because they should not count that because that was like
but that was
potion. I count the John Hurt thing as a separate regeneration that was added to the count because it was a potion. That was a regeneration in a jar.
Yes, it was.
So the count should be off because the fucking Mr. Clever thought there was another regeneration. So like that the Doctor probably doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. That he doesn't have any regeneration energy, and that's it. There was one. He's just too old to realize how to regenerate. So the Time Lords had to give him a whole bunch of regenerations because he's just fucking senile. Whatever. Probably. But I'm just saying that, like, they also gotta explain why Donna Noble. What is the difference between her mind exploding, right, and the fact that she has regeneration energy in her fucking body that she used against the Master to get the fuck out of my face type of thing? Like, he was coming at her. That was regeneration energy. So if you want Donna Noble to not explode, why don't you just take the regeneration energy back, and then you take away that whole Time Lord aspect, and she's a normal human being. That's the end of it. That's the way you solve it.
We'll find out.
Because the regeneration should never count unless the Doctor changes his face. And because the Doctor never changed his face, that regeneration energy is still in Donna Noble. Because you don't count. You know how when I did the Doctor Who page, and people are like, why the fuck do you got 2 David Tennants? Remember I did that years ago? And I showed 2 David Tennants and 2 Matt Smiths, right? They don't count David Tennant's Doctor as 10 and 11, even though he kept his face, he healed, right? So that's my point, is that I want to know, like, just take the regeneration energy out of her because she still has it. But so in other words, she can technically, if you want to drive people nuts, Donna Noble can technically regenerate to Joe Martin with the Dr. Donna persona. No, with the Dr. Donna persona, and you don't fucking know, do you?
Yeah, don't do that. You're gonna ruin my brain.
No,
why?
I don't think it's.
She was talking like the Doctor, calling herself Dr. Donna. If she had it, she could regenerate.
I don't think that she. I don't think in the first place she has enough regeneration energy. She's not a Time Lord. She doesn't have enough.
Why is it that the Metacrisis Doctor is not going to die with a human body and Time Lord consciousness, but she's going to die with a human body and Time Lord consciousness?
The most interesting aspect for me, and I know it's also the most interesting aspect for a lot of people, is how is the regeneration energy, if it even is, going to influence Rose? Because with Donna giving birth to her, does the regeneration energy that Donna has in kind of splitting between.
I see your point.
She's going to have regenerations.
Does that have a biological impact
Yes,
on?
because she's like River Salt. Yes.
If she has a residual regeneration energy left in her, Donna, I mean, then yeah, it will be carried.
It will replicate.
Yeah, it will carry through to the fetus inside her body.
Yes. So didn't they say that she's the savior of Gallifrey, though?
Sorry?
Didn't they say somewhere that Donna Noble, what is it, Rose Noble Temple or Temple Noble?
No, it's just Rose Noble.
Rose Noble is the savior of Gallifrey.
What?
What?
What was that thing that they posted all over these magazines that something about that character is going to be connection to save Gallifrey?
I'll ignore that if I were you.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I've not seen it either.
All right. I don't know what the hell that was, but okay.
But having Meep in it's going to be interesting. I like the comedy aspect of Meep.
I have a feeling that's going to be her pet.
Yeah,
that's going to be Donna Noble's pet because she's hanging out with Donna. Like the thing's hanging out with them.
They're not showing his evil side because in the comic he's evil.
No, but he starts off cute and cuddly, doesn't he? So it's kind of
Oh, but he becomes evil.
He's evil.
Yeah, he's a maniac. Yeah, he's
really?
Yeah, he's a psychotic murderer.
Yes. He is.
Really? So they're going to turn him into that?
Whoa! You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
We shouldn't have spoiled that really because
oh my god! So that's gonna be that's a Star Beast, you mean?
Yeah.
Why
Beast the Meep is a creature like Jason Voorhees killing everybody?
Yeah. Beat the Meep is horrible.
Why do you think those other aliens are there? They're there to hunt him.
So
down.
They're not the bad guys. They're the fucking like G.I. Joe good guys.
They're the police. They're the police.
Yeah,
shit!
They're after.
So it's like it's like Gizmo becoming a gremlin.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
In one of the audios, Beep the Meep in the ratings war, Philip might remember this. He threatens the Doctor and says, "I want to make you drink your own blood."
Holy shitballs! They're gonna do that in this. Wait, so how can you get distracted with the Telestra Toymaker if you got this fucking creature gonna be like? Is that gonna be expanded upon with the specials, or is it gonna wait to shoot you and then he become a threat?
No. I think that Beat the Meep is going to be influenced by the Toymaker, but I think that it's two separate kind of stories in a way.
So that's a big transformation deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have enough to handle that in specials.
Because people, Meep, whatever his name is, his people or his other family, they were influenced by the Black Sun. The Black Sun turned them all evil.
So the focus in the 60th, right?
Yeah.
Let's be clear. The Celestial Toymaker is the villain.
Yeah, he's the main villain.
He's the main villain. But I also think
who's the secondary villain?
Beat the Meep, probably.
Beat the Meep?
Right. Yeah. But I also think along the specials, remember that drag queen that's playing whatever she's playing, the one with the yeah, she's another one like the Toymaker, I reckon.
But she's not in specials.
No,
she is. She's in the Giggle.
She is.
No, she isn't.
Yes, she is.
She was just hired after that.
No, she's in the specials as well. She's in the Giggle.
Really?
How do you really? Where did you hear that?
Where the fuck did that happen? She's in the finale of Series 14.
No, she isn't. She's in episode 2 of Series 14.
She's not in the finale?
No, she's in episode 2.
Who's the threat of the finale?
The Daleks.
Again?
The Daleks. Yeah.
Yeah. Mel and the Daleks.
She's either in the Wild Blue. I can't say it. Wild Blue. I can't say it.
Wild Blue Yonder.
Yeah, she's either in that one or the Giggle.
I would be absolutely stunned if she was. I really would.
I thought the Wild Blue Yonder was about Gallifrey and them being in a fucking computer.
We don't know anything.
No, I don't think so. And
that Donna Noble is going to bring them back. I don't know.
We don't know anything about Wild.
That's not going to be like Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, right? They're going to be in the fucking TARDIS.
I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not. The TARDIS runs away, doesn't it? It can't be the TARDIS.
Why does the TARDIS run away though? The whole fucking series, like the whole special?
No, that one's special. It's not. It's you can see it being transported by.
Donald was not dying. You think Donald was dying?
Donna.
Daniel was just saying something.
Yeah,
No.
potentially. I mean, he did say
die?
at the end of the. He said at the end of the trailer, he's not.
And Russell T Davies said we're gonna fucking cry and shit. Fuck.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they do kill her off.
Yeah,
That's
it wouldn't
fucked
surprise
up.
me either.
That's
RTD is not afraid to do that.
She can regenerate though.
She can't. She's not got enough regeneration energy.
Well, no, she could die.
Time
Yeah,
Lord.
she'll die, but she has regeneration energy.
But she's not a Time Lord.
But she's not. But she has regeneration energy.
I don't
I
think
thought you
it's the
needed 2
regeneration
hearts.
energy that makes a Time Lord able to regenerate. It's a
I have a question. Does
biological
River
thing.
Song have 2 hearts?
I have no idea.
I can't
Remember
remember.
though,
I think she does. Because I think the 2 hearts have to. You need 2 hearts to regenerate because
in Doctor Who lore, William Hartnell's Doctor only had 1 heart. It's only when they regenerate for the next time they gain the 2nd heart.
But that's why the regeneration wasn't sparking all over the fucking place because it was like you couldn't take it. The heart would blow up.
So I doubt that because I'm sure when David Tennant did that thing with Donna and took all that memory away from her, he took away the Time Lord aspect of her as well.
No, he didn't. They're still there.
Nah.
Because it was the end of time. She still didn't have her memory, and she fucking blasted the Master with the regeneration energy.
Yeah, but
He didn't take it away. And you remember what he said? I left my friend with some gifts so she wouldn't be defenseless. He knows the fucking regeneration energy's in
Did he
there.
say that? Did he actually say that in
He
the
did.
trailer?
To the Master. He said,
Oh.
you don't think I left my friend without gifts, like without a way to defend herself?
Oh yeah. I see
That's
what
right.
you mean.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Spark that regeneration energy in there in case you needed it.
there's so much to get into when we play it out.
I know, we got really deep into this shit.
So they're all 1 hour episodes, yeah, Connor?
Yes, three
That's
1
it?
hour specials.
Just 1 hour? That's weird.
Yeah, but like think about how much you can pack into an hour.
Yeah.
I guess so, because it used to be 45 minutes.
They're all connected as well, so it's not just one. It's not individualized
Yeah,
episodes.
they're
They're all
all
connected.
subtitled. They
So you
should all-
basically-
So we'll have an
it's a 3
episode every week.
It's a 3 hour movie in effect.
yeah.
Well, kind of 4 if you count the special, too. Christmas special.
Yeah, the special might even the Christmas
I'm
special.
so happy about the Christmas special being back. I'm so fucking happy about that.
I can't wait for that with Shooty really proper full acting debut in Doctor Who. I can't.
I
wait
heard
for
a
that.
rumor. Again, I heard a rumor because recently too. Chibnall was on a podcast too, right?
Yeah.
But not from the podcast, but I heard a rumor that just like Moffat is writing for RTD is going to let Chibnall write an episode.
No, Chibnall is so done with
No,
Doctor Who.
no. I
He's
think
done.
I think he's done. I think he's done with Doctor Who for good.
He's done.
He didn't.
All right.
He didn't even want to show run it. He didn't. Like everyone forgets.
I know he
that.
didn't. Dad, Moffat had to get him drunk. I heard, right? We know that
Yeah.
story. Moffat kept talking about it.
Yeah, it basically got him drunk to be able to get.
He got him
into,
drunk, right? He made him sign a fucking thing. We'll
Yeah,
sue you
yeah.
for millions of dollars if you don't fucking do this right. No, I know.
Will they ever think? Do you think will they ever go back to that fob watch part of Jodie's thing with the fob
They
watch?
have to. They have to. That's why Sasha Dewan could be back. They have to do that.
Oh, can you imagine him being back as well? Wow.
I would be okay with that. You know what? Here's the thing. Remember when you guys told me that fucking he was the master and we did that podcast and I was like joking around about it and you're like, you can't tell the world yet that he's the master? And I was against him. And then when I saw him, I was like, this motherfucker's great. And I loved him so much that my kids fucking for my birthday put him on fucking mug. And they gave it to me. Remember? So I could see his fucking face every time I got coffee. I fucking drink out of his fucking head. Like it was great.
He does need a final outing. Another outing.
I actually have all 3. I have John Sim, and Michelle Gomez and him on mugs. All
Well,
three masters.
Philip, I mentioned to Joe earlier, but then I'm thinking I've not heard anything about it recently. What's happening with his and Joe Martin's Big Finish box sets?
It hasn't come out yet. It's all done and dusted, but it hasn't come out yet. We're waiting.
Have they given it a release? Have they given them both a release date?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
No. We're still waiting on that.
And I heard she's not done with the master either.
Who isn't?
Missy.
Oh, Michelle. Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, she appears.
I don't know
in
whether
Big
that's
Finish.
true or not.
All right, so I have a question for you, and I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
If what the doctor said was true to Clara in that episode Under the Lake Before the Flood, right? That the Time Lord technology, that anytime Missy dies, she can zap back into the nether sphere and create a new body, right?
Oh,
we talked about. No, this is important. No, this is important. What's the possibility that her consciousness zaps back into the nether sphere while her body's laying there? She's running. Wait. She's running around as Missy, but then somehow that body regenerates into Sasha Dewan.
I was just going to say that.
And technically, there's two masters now. Because you got the memories and you got the consciousness. So her consciousness went into the nether sphere, went a new body, left the body there, didn't think that it would regenerate. Something happens, it regenerates somehow. And then, boom, the body's alive, the memories are there, she hates the doctor, Sasha Dewan. What's the odds that could be?
That's a bit convoluted to do.
As convoluted as a bi-regeneration with two doctors at the same time? Think about it, though.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm not trying to confuse the shit out of everybody. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out. She must have knew how to regenerate, even though John Sims master blasted her.
Well, we have to remember, the master did say to her, no more regeneration. You're done, mate. You can't do it.
Well, no, not that there's no more regeneration. It's that she can't regenerate because of the thing blasted her where it made it where she can't regenerate. But then again, she knew to have the fucking device to give him to fix the TARDIS. So she probably knew she was going to die.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that, Daniel. It's a speculation. I don't want to give people a headache, please. Which all the stuff we say, though, how many times does people make shit happen? Like, remember how I used to always say that Darth Vader would be like a horror movie, and then all of a sudden Rogue One happens, and the whole fucking thing that I explained is a fucking thing.
There was a question I wanted to ask Connor as well. Remember earlier you said about Tennant and Shooty share the same TARDIS, so that new TARDIS interior, Tennant's got it as well. How did you know that?
Because how do I know that?
Well, they showed it in pictures all over the fucking.
No. What Connor's saying is, Shooty's new TARDIS interior is going to be shared with the 14th Doctor Tennant one. So the Tennant one will have it.
Same thing. Like 9 and 10 shared the same exact TARDIS.
No, it's definitely going to be shared.
Like 9 and 10.
Well, they're not going to put one interior together for 3 specials and then dismantle
correct.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
I think.
So wait, technically, Tennant's traveling in Jodie's TARDIS.
Yeah, at the moment.
So, but they dismantled that. So how they're going to have that in the episodes? Oh, that's why the TARDIS ran away, because they don't have the money for that.
They dismantled it after the film was finished, I think.
So that's why the TARDIS ran away, because they don't have money for the fucking console room.
I mean, the only way unless the TARDIS gets damaged again.
But the TARDIS could be reset. He could have reset it back to the 10th. Well, no, can he? The 10th Doctor's TARDIS, because he could have just reset it.
That's the point, though. We haven't seen the interior yet for the specials, so we don't know what it looks like inside as of now.
It'll start off as Jodie's, and then it'll destroy itself and be the white one that we've seen.
Well, why wouldn't the Doctor just change it?
He can actually just by flicking a few
Doesn't he
switches.
always do it? Like, but it's connected to the TARDIS is connected to him, so it's supposed to wrap around his because of the time vortex he put back into the TARDIS. So he's connected to the TARDIS. He can snap the finger, open the door, so the TARDIS is connected to his brain, so it could form whatever the hell that is, unless he's not sure what he wants the TARDIS to be. I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess so. We'll see. But multiple levels, you said, didn't you, today about Shooty's TARDIS?
Does
Yeah,
Donna
it's-
Noble's husband get killed?
Sorry?
Does Donna Noble's husband get killed by the Toymaker?
No, Sean's in it. Sean's in it.
Yeah, but does he get killed?
I don't think
I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. I don't know.
Oh.
so.
I mean, you said Russell T Davies is not afraid to kill people, right? So
Yeah, well,
but-
we're talking about Donna here. We're talking about Donna. She's a prize target at the moment. So, and remember, the Toymaker is a god. He can do anything.
yeah,
So
it's definitely a great trailer, Charlie. Definitely.
What really shocked me was kind of the heaviness of some of the dialogue. For example, we've got a bloody Martian in the shed,
yeah, we're gonna.
and let's go kick its ass. I mean,
That was
like,
incredible. My girlfriend she was mad about it. She's like, they never curse and talk to you, aren't you, Pins? And I'm like, actually, no, I kind of like it. She's like, really?
I quite like it. It adds a bit
I
of
liked
gravitas.
it. She
Adds
said
a bit of
that. Like,
gravitas to the situation.
She didn't like it. Like, I like it.
The only problem I have with Tennant, he always seems to be on the verge of a breakdown all the time. I mean,
Well, I mean, look who he fights, though. The
yeah, but
master.
look, that bit where he's screaming and shouting and saying it can't be like this or whatever it is, and that reminds me of the end of time bit where he goes, "I don't want to go. Why did you know what I mean? It's almost
It's
as if,
not fair.
yeah, it's almost he's just a big old baby.
But he's not the same 10th Doctor, though. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's true.
He just had to think of it this way, that he's still Jodie Whittaker technically. Like, he just had his whole fucking life upended where you're fucking 58 people, you're another woman, you're this, you're that. Master fucker was in the body, then he's not in the body. Like, fucking crazy shit. Bumped into Tegan, bumped into Ace. It's fucking fucked up. Yaz was in love with him. They shared an ice cream cone. I mean, it's like, and then she's gone. Like, right? So it's fucking weird, right?
One thing I'm very excited to find out is who the guy walking into the Emporium shop is.
Yeah, they said
Is that John Sim?
No, it's not Johnson.
They said it's a special guest that nobody knows.
A
of.
big person, a big person.
A big person, yes.
So it's not John Sim's master just popping in there.
Nobody knows who it is.
One video I saw, because they
Yeah.
saw them on set filming in Bristol as well when they were filming the store scenes, speculated that it's Adam Scott from
Sherlock?
Parks and Recreation.
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
I don't know
Adam
who it is.
Who's Moriarty?
Andrew
was-
Scott.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I got the wrong.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Andrew
I
Scott.
will bring up a picture of Adam Scott. You'll probably recognize him.
Okay.
So, in other words, the person that walks into the shop is not a big deal. It's just a shock guest appearance, not like, oh my god, it's the master. Oh my god, it's some huge character. It's just,
No, he could be, but Russell's being tight-lipped about him.
what's the odds that Sasha Jawan like appears and becomes Johnson's master because David Tennant returned his face? Because that was like the master for the 10th Doctor. So why wouldn't he become? If the Doctor could revisit a face, couldn't the master do too?
Entirely possible. Entirely possible.
I mean, I would like to see one more time a John Sim master David Tennant battle. I was always a fan of that.
Why would he be walking into the Toymaker's domain?
I don't know, but I just kind of would like to see. Just like to see. And where does Susan fit in all this?
What?
How is she going to factor into the 60th? Susan.
Why do you mention Susan?
Isn't she going to appear in
I
the
don't know if
60th?
that's gonna work. No, it's
I
not.
know it came up. It came up with
Bear with.
Isn't Susan in the 60th, or is that just bullshit?
Who says that though? I don't remember hearing about that at all.
What, Susan? What's up, Charlie?
Right. Let me
This,
just.
this is Adam Scott, right? You will probably recognize him. He's been in a few things.
I know Adam Scott. Wasn't he in Hot Tub Time Machine 2 or some shit too?
I don't know because I don't watch Park and Record.
Probably.
Whatever you call it.
I mean, yes, you're correct. He played Adam Jr. in that. Yes, that's him.
Thank you.
You know who? So yes, you do know who he is.
I do know who he is.
I don't. Show me him if you can.
I've put the IMDb thing in there.
Screen share it if you can.
I don't think I can screen share.
What the fuck are you talking about, Daniel? Jesus. Who is
Well,
Susan?
does it not screen share on this?
Yeah, you can. Oh, why? You don't have capabilities? Wait, why? Oh, I got to give you permission?
Oh yeah, give him permission.
Wait, how do I do that? Why would you have? You can screen share. You got to go to present. See the thing that says present with a plus?
Oh, okay. Oh, how do I get back to you? I've lost myself.
Just don't post some. Just
there we
post
go.
Oh,
present.
Don't post anything that's going to get us banned.
Get rid of all the porn.
Not like the Daniel that time, right, Daniel? For these tokens, shave that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so
Adam Scott would be a great get actually because he's a recognizable face. He's in a few TV series at the moment that's pretty big.
Who said that the doctor is going back to to regenerate to shooting the same area? You did, Philip?
I did because it's at the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
It is. So what? Yeah. So is Jodie coming back? Are they gonna? Are they gonna?
I don't.
You can bin her off. No, we don't want to see her.
But are they gonna go revert back to her, then revert to him?
Could be. You know what? That could actually happen. She may have filmed a little segment.
I heard that they met to.
Yeah, they met. That's a good point.
Yeah, she's in a WhatsApp group, and so is he, full of.
I heard they had some type of meeting about something to do with Doctor Who.
There's a doctors club on WhatsApp.
Just like the Avengers have that too.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very happy. Not to change the subject, but I'm very happy Hugh Jackman's going to kick fucking Kang's ass. But anyway,
What, with Daniel Radcliffe as a variant?
I don't know about that. That's true. I know that Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire signed, and friggin' Andrew Garfield signed. And Michael Fassbender signed, and James McAvoy signed, and Patrick Stewart signed, and Ian McKellen signed.
I've kind of lost my way with Marvel a little bit.
Yeah, I have as well.
I know. There's a lot of shit.
I thought Secret Invasion ended like shit.
That sucked.
I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy
it. It was a waste. That was a waste.
But at least Ahsoka is doing me wonders at the moment.
I was talking to my son Joe about that. I'm old school, and I just can't wrap my head around all of it.
Are you joking?
No, I'm serious. I can't. Like, at one point in time, I knew everything about everything with Star Wars, and then all this new shit changed everything, and I have no idea what the fuck is happening. Nor do I see, because I don't want to ruin it.
No, go on.
We'll talk. I'll allow it, but I'm just saying that if you see Revenge of the Sith and you see that he's erratic, he's screaming, Obi-Wan's this, how could that fucking person train anybody? And then you want to make it that to me that he's fucking calm and collected and he's training his own fucking Padawan, but then he's fucking crazy ass like that. Like, where the fuck did this happen? How do you fit that in exactly like a fucking sandwich? You put the coconuts in there.
Didn't she leave the Jedi Order before he went?
That's
crazy?
What my son Joe was telling me, but
yeah,
but so in other words, in Clone Wars he's fucking reckless, right? Attack of the Clones, he's reckless. Right. Then at some point in time he's supposed to be like calm as cake, and I'm gonna be fucking training the Jedi, and then he's gonna go back to the same shit that he was. That doesn't make sense to me.
Because he's been influenced by Palpatine, or Chancellor Palpatine.
I mean, if he was a master, not that he was a master, but if he was training somebody physically to be good enough to train somebody, and then go back to immature, reckless, Like, I don't understand. I know I gotta watch.
Yeah, but-
No, I know,
yeah, but
Charlie. I
look-
gotta watch it.
But look, Chancellor Palpatine, when he's a Chancellor, he's just a wise old man, isn't he?
Right.
But behind the scenes, he's a evil bastard.
I know. I mean, he manipulated him. I know.
Yeah.
Together, we will learn how to stay
So the
relevant
same-
together.
so
The
the same-
dark side of the force, we will learn together and save her. Like, I know. But
So,
like,
the same could be said of Anakin. He can be nice one minute and then.
so then he
even-
sucks as a fucking traitor. Then I guess because
Did
when
you
he-
know who? Did you know who Thrawn was before? This
yes,
whole
because I
series?
actually so when I was younger, I bought all the 3 books.
Yeah, me too.
Don's novels, and I read all 3: Heir to the Empire, Dark
Yeah.
Force Rising, and The
Yeah.
Final Command. Right, so I read all 3, and I fucking thought it was the greatest shit I've ever fucking read. And then I was mad when they took it away from canon and he didn't exist because it wasn't George Lucas's character. But then they brought him into canon, but he's not exactly the same as that. I don't know, but I was just, my son's like trying to tell me, Dad, you got to watch this in this order, and it will make perfect sense. So I got to commit to that, but I got the my gaming is getting in the way. I got to do my gaming.
Is your son saying about Rebels? You got to watch it certain
My
order.
son wants me to watch the Clone Wars, all 7 seasons. Like, he's writing it out for me. Like, I gotta watch the Clone Wars, then I gotta watch Bad Batch, Resistance,
Yeah.
all because I can't, like, to me, I just not that I'm closed minded, but when I was 4, honestly, I was 4 years old, and I was introduced going to the theater for the first time. Well, Star Wars either the first movie I saw in the theater or the third movie, because I saw like Godzilla, Star Wars, and Mary Poppins, whatever the fuck was. So my first memories, like, you created Matrix Floyd 2 and 2 with like all these different things, Doctor Who, Star Wars, right? So like, I had it in my brain. I knew everything about Star Wars, and anything you could explain to me. And I even said to my friend, I remember fighting my friend in high school. And I'm like, "Oh, Yoda can have a lightsaber too. What are you talking about? He can fucking leap around. He's probably perfect." My friend's like, "You're crazy. You're crazy. Yoda can never have a lightsaber. He's a different type of jump." No, bullshit. And I was right. But anyway, I had to put that in there. Sorry, Mike. But anyway, my friend Mike. But anyway, I'm like, how does this fit in? This Ahsoka character and this fucking world between worlds and time travel and all this fucking shit. And I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Like, how is that it?
That all comes from Rebels. You need to watch Rebels.
But what I'm saying is, like, it was always my brain is only Darth Vader, the Emperor, fucking Obi-Wan, and fucking Luke. And then you said there was Yoda. Okay, so then there's Yoda, and Obi-Wan's dead. But like, there was no fucking million Jedi running around, million fucking Sith. Then you do the prequels, and then they're like, send the distress signal, don't come back, crazy ass motherfucking old guy, this fucking Emperor, and fucking breathing the heavy motherfucking Darth Vader. Stay the fuck away from this bitch. And then you have Jedi running around. Then I believed, all right, Darth Vader killed everybody before Star Wars, and it's just Obi-Wan and Luke and Yoda on Dagobah. And then that changed too, because then it's like, oh, there's this one, and then this one, and then they're not Sith. Sorry, they're Sith, but they're not called Sith. They're Dark Jedi. I'm not happy with the Jedi Order. Screw you, Jedi. Like there's like, because it was always like the teachings. Yoda said it, and I was like in my brain, always two there are, a master and an apprentice, and I'm like, but if that's the case, why is everybody in there, motherfucker, just? You got fucking Dooku that's just, like, if you're supposed to have one person, he's training a fucking robot. There's like all this shit going on. So my son Joe is gonna try to put me on the right path with Star Wars and get me to see all this stuff so I'm up to date and I know what the fuck is happening.
Good luck with that.
Get Charlie on, Joe.
Okay. So
I think that would be good because it's been years.
Could you share the link that I gave you to him?
I could, but I'd be putting it in the
Facebook Messenger. Don't you have him on Facebook Messenger?
Yes, I do.
Charlie, wait, hold on.
Who's Charlie?
You'll remember Charlie way back
Him
from
and Connor did podcasts together.
the Sammy Carter
Right?
days. Yeah, we did a podcast together as well.
That's right. I remember.
The something I can't remember what it was called. The shit, what was it called?
I don't know what you called it.
I forgot the
That's bad.
name.
Sorry,
of
Charlie. You don't fucking remember what it is.
I forgot the name of my own podcast.
That's embarrassing now. Okay, Daniel. I don't know.
I keep thinking the Who Crew, but it's not the Who Crew.
No, it's not the Who Crew. You had a Charlie. What was your show called?
What was our show called, Charlie?
It's not Who. That was the old doc. It's like Who Knows Who and shit. Like that's. All right. So wait. Charlie, are you on my Twitter? I don't want to put it in the chat.
Facebook. I'll send him the link.
Thank you. Just copy and paste it. I don't want to put it in the chat. Oh wait, no wait. Is this you? Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't want to just put it on the chat and then we get fucking trolls coming in here.
True.
Yeah, we don't need that shit. We got no problem with that. What's up, Unknown? That's my game advisor right there. Oh, thanks, bro. You're on my Facebook. I'm sorry. That's right. I got all the real Whovians guest members still on my Facebook.
And going back to Doctor Who, I also
Thank
wonder.
you.
Going back to Doctor Who, I also wonder how much scenes we're going to have with Wilf.
Not that much.
I think the reason why they've not revealed him in either of the trailers or announced him is because he's going to be in it very little, and they want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm happy though to see him.
I think he'll be in one or two
Supposedly he
scenes.
finished all his parts though. I think.
Yeah, he finished. He finished,
I reckon he did.
He finished everything. Yeah.
He did everything.
Very happy about that. Yeah, that we got to have him. That's why I want Caroline Ford in it too. Before they're all getting old now.
I mean, I did hear a rumor that he dies at the end of it.
Oh, in the
actual special. But,
Oh
wow.
Okay. That would be a good little segue to what actually happened. So yeah, they could do that.
How old is Tom Baker then?
89, is he?
Sylvester McCoy's up there too, right?
Tom Baker.
Oh, he's 89 or something like that. After seeing that picture the other day or the other week of him,
You look really old the other day.
Yeah,
right?
he looks.
He like
crazy
aged 10
old.
years in a week, right?
Yeah, he looked terrible, man. I was like, oh my god, he's
I'm
no
sorry,
longer.
Tom Baker. I don't mean to be that looking terrible. It's just he looked very older than usual.
Yeah,
No disrespect meant, by the way.
it's sad though, but damn, he's been there since I was fucking
Oh, I know.
8 years old. And I'm 58 now, so that's a long time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he was my doctor, my first doctor.
Well, I mean, like I was saying to Joe earlier, it's weird to think that it's been 57 years since the Time Maker appeared.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that is the longest between any. I think it goes him, then the Great Intelligence, and then Alpha Centauri. Hello, Charles. Are you all right?
I remember you now. Seeing your face.
Connor.
Now I know.
Philip,
bro?
how are you, buddy? Joe, good to see you.
Yeah.
What's everyone doing?
Charlie, what was our podcast called again? I forgot the name of it.
That was a while ago. New Who review.
That's it.
That's right. That's right. I just remember that. Wow.
So, what's your take on the trailer, Charlie?
I loved it. I'm looking so forward to these specials that I don't know. The trailer made me think twice about who I thought Neil Patrick Harris was, but then I realized he's gonna be the Celestial Toymaker.
Yeah.
Because there was like a part in there where I'm like, God, is he gonna be the master? And then
I was hoping
like,
he wasn't.
you were hoping he wasn't?
I didn't want him to be. Because it's always the master. No matter what, it's always the master. Put somebody else in there.
I definitely want someone new, but I'm like, oh. Then it's like, oh no, he's the toy maker, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
Me too.
So yeah.
Cool.
Donna Noble back. I love that too. Love that.
We didn't get any Wilf in the trailer, so that they're holding their card to their chest.
That's fine. It'd be a nice surprise.
Yeah, that's gonna be an emotional.
I'm sure there's gonna be so many surprises we're not aware of, right, Connor? Like past doctors.
Yeah, it's like it's the man who's walking into the shop, like we said earlier as well. Is like that's supposed to be a big surprise. So,
but nothing with Gallifrey, right?
What's that?
Nothing about Gallifrey in the 60th, right?
No,
that's too much on top.
I know it is too much. I know.
Yeah, they did that in the 50th. I think they.
Yeah.
I would hopefully like to see Neil Patrick Harris in the Mandarin costume, though. I know it's a bit racist at the moment. People get.
Who cares? He could be like that.
I want to see him in the Mandarin costume like Michael Goff was in, just to permit,
with the little hat.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel asked you a question. Is Colin Baker in the 60th?
No,
he's too frail to that now.
No,
wouldn't be.
And he's also had a driving ban, so he might not be able to get to.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's got a studio for when he does any of that Big Finish stuff now. And
he does. Yeah.
So he's not leaving his little Tom Baker compound anytime soon.
Oh.
No.
It's a shame. I mean, it's a shame. I would love to see. Even maybe just get his voice. I mean, get his voice in the 60th. But I don't think we're going to see him.
I think Daniel said Colin Baker, right?
Oh, that was Colin Baker. Yeah, he's right. It was Colin Baker, not Tom.
Right. Well, who had a terrible band?
Colin.
Tom
didn't. Tom can't. I don't even think Tom.
What do you mean? Like,
we're talking Colin. No.
When he's not allowed to drive.
I think it was like a year ago.
What happened? Oh. What did he go over the speed limit or something? He did something.
Yeah, he was filming a show and he lost the car that was had the camera attached to it, so he sped for it, but he got lost, so he was just speeding around.
Driving around. Oh god!
Shit! So he's not allowed to drive now?
No, he can't drive for a year. His band's probably up
shit.
Now, but...
Holy shit!
It happened about
how did he get out and get arrested? Dude? I'm the doctor and shit. Probably did some shit.
Yeah.
Proper nutter.
Wow. Did I tell you I was playing a PlayStation game and fucking Paul McGann was the villain of the video game I was playing? I was live streaming it and I fucking almost died. And listen to this. In the game, right? His henchman, he called him the Doc. And the guy looked like David Tennant, was doing like fucking kung fu and shit. And it was like, I was fucking incredible. It was incredible. He was a great villain. He was incredible. Love that. Then the other one, they had the fucking Star Trek Voyager fucking cast. In the other show, in the other video game one, that Tuvok is the leader of the Vegas Tales, and then the sequel, Garrett Wang, Harry Kim is in the second one.
Wait a minute. In the trailer that we saw today or yesterday, did I see a giant jumbo plane nosediving into the city?
Yeah, what was that?
You did. That's correct.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because obviously the world it's chaos. So
is that really the Earth or is it an alternate dimension thing?
It's really
I don't know. I've not seen it. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Well, you never know with a toy maker. That could be a fake Earth.
Yeah, it could be.
So he just pulled them out of Earth and put them in there?
I mean, he's basically a god, isn't he? So he can make his own reality.
Yeah, he pulled them like chess pieces into this world.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the Beyonder of Doctor Who, I guess you could
say.
Yeah.
Billy! He's drunk. Billy sent me a $5 donation. Thank you, Billy. Wedding night for a friend. Also, Jason is a zombie, Joe. We miss you, Billy. You got to come back on when you get a chance. Be careful if you're drunk, though. He's at a wedding. That's nice.
I like all your Funko Pops, Charlie.
These are all my Doctor Who Funko Pops.
No. Seriously? Oh my God, there's
A
loads
lot
of
of
them.
props there.
Is there anyone that's missing that you want?
I want the there's one where it's Freddy Funko as the Fourth Doctor.
Oh,
It's like $1,500. I'm not putting down for that one.
Didn't Russell T Davis reinsure renewed licenses with all the Doctor Who stuff? Oh wow, that's. I have that one. I think that's the Titan one, the blind box ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have those on my fridge.
This is the regeneration one from.
That's what I was trying to say. That's the regeneration Doctor. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you'll be getting some Funko Pops.
Thanks, Billy, again.
This new era. I want the shooty one with the afro and the.
Do we have a list? Is that Titans Doctor Who making new ones now because of Russell T Davis? And did that get renewed?
No,
that license?
Didn't Titans? Oh no, it was Eagle Moss, wasn't it, that went bust?
Eagle Moss is the one that folded,
and Big Chief went under. Yeah.
But Titans still put out figures for other shows, right?
Yeah, they're still putting out stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying everything went sour with Chibnall, so now, is he renewing the merchandise sort of?
I think they'll get some new things in, especially with Disney. I mean, Disney will have their own merchandising deals, won't they? So
yeah,
I mean, like I got this. I got one in box, and I got this one. I found.
Oh, I have the big. I think I have the big Davros over there.
This is the big Davros.
Is that the big one? Okay.
The big one.
I have my stuff over there.
Look at it. It's cute.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare, comparably, it's not too much bigger because this is like the.
Oh, it's massive. Well, I got that Capaldi one, and that's kind of small. So that Davros one must be.
Yeah,
in that Dalek season, is Davros in it?
Dalek season.
You said the Daleks are in the finale of Series 14 with Shooting.
Oh no, I don't know. I just know that the Daleks are in it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no more. There's
no Davros.
No Davros.
I don't think you can see this one. I'll show you this one.
That's done right now.
It's actually the first time that Mel has ever met the Daleks, right?
Mel and the Dalek. In Big Finish, she's met them, but not in TV.
Oh, right.
I got him.
Oh, Satan Pit.
I got the statue one.
This is the big one. This is the big Titan one.
Yeah, the Beast.
The Statue of Liberty one.
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Is what's his face still alive? Gabriel Wolf.
Yes.
Yes, he will.
They should bring him back for one last time.
They should bring back Sutek while he's still alive, man.
Oh yes.
That'd be cool.
Oh, I would love that. And I'll show you why here in just a second.
If they're bringing everybody back, why not?
Let me get over there.
Sutek the Destroyer. Don't tell me you got Sutek's mask. You better not have.
No, I don't. I'd be wearing it if I did.
I know. I'll be like, I'm coming round to get that.
Well, I'm doing what they call army building for some of these, and I've only got a few of these, but I'll show you what I got here. So I've got the.
Oh, the mummies.
Oh yeah.
Mummy?
Love that.
I got 2 mummies.
Nice.
2 mummies.
That was like my first
I got
episode.
A third.
Nice.
I got
a third.
You can make your own little
Where did you buy them? Online?
Yeah. eBay or Mercari or wherever.
Yeah.
Over $50. So
50 each?
Yeah. Some I got less than that. But I try not to go over 50. And that includes with shipping.
Wow.
I don't. Yeah.
Cool.
But and if
give me 1 second, I'll be right back, guys. Just gotta use
okay. You were saying?
Yeah. So if I can find them loose, I got a bunch of them over there. I'm not going to grab them down there. I've got the conservatory with the pyramid. I got a couple of those. And then the Sutek with the the golden mummies. I got a couple sets of
Yeah.
those, and then I got a
Yeah.
bunch of those loose. I get a lot of that Pyramid of Mars stuff. That's the bulk of my collection. Sutek. I got the Biff Bang Boom, like Migo style dolly, and one loose, one in the package.
Cool.
So
I don't feel
So
like compared to all
Yeah.
this, I'm nothing
So-
compared to this collection you have here.
oh, I mean,
All my collections are
I'm-
books mostly, anyway.
yeah, I'm
Book
old.
reviews.
That's why I've got so much stuff. But how have you guys been? I haven't seen either of you in a long time. I definitely haven't spoken to you in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, been good. Been good.
Last time I talked to Connor, you were on your way to university.
God, that
That was
is
a long
years
time
ago.
That was
ago.
like 7 years ago, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a while.
God, that is ages. That's really bad now thinking about it. I can't believe it's been that long.
Well, last time I saw you, you were smoking your fags and your cigarettes.
It still
whatever you
does
wanna
that,
call
I'm
them.
sure.
Oh, me? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm always
Yeah,
smoking a
you
fag.
are Philip, right? You
Yeah,
are
yeah,
Philip?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's I'm still smoking a fag. Look, I've still got them here. They're still with.
Oh man.
I can't give up.
I guess the thing is, I guess once you start, don't stop, because then once you stop, they say.
Well, right now they're trying to put me on. They're trying to put me on, trying to cut me down. So I've got patches now, but I keep grabbing a cigarette every now and then, but not too often.
So what are they giving you? The little blue pill there? What is that?
Yeah, that's like little nicotine pills. Rather than smoking, just take one of these pills, and it's not doing me any good.
I was gonna say, how's that going for you?
I've only
Not
just
too good.
started. I've only just started this week, to be honest. So
Oh, okay.
days.
Okay.
It's early days.
Well, I hope it does. Maybe it'll cut you down a little bit. I don't know how much you.
It's doing it. It's working. It's working.
Yeah. I mean, I never got into that, so
No, that's fine. That's fair enough.
it's to each person their own. But
Yeah, well,
that's it.
stressful life demands
Yeah.
stressful things. So there you go.
No, I will take the chance to let you guys know that I have gone back to podcasting. I don't post it on my personal page anymore, but I do comic book shows over on the Renovision channel here on YouTube, Friday
Okay.
nights and usually Saturday nights.
Oh wow!
So you can follow me on Instagram.
I will definitely do that.
Okay, I'll look it up.
My Instagram for my comic stuff is at Styxboy73, STYXBOY73.
Right.
And
I'll go over there tomorrow morning when I wake up.
every Friday I'm on. Me and a couple of the guys that I know from the channel.
Yeah.
We get together, we talk comic books and movies and stuff like that. I'm trying to get some Doctor Who stuff wedged in there because of the 60th coming up. So I've been working on a presentation for Doctor Who.
Cool.
To do classic era and current era. Maybe to rile up some new troops, but.
So what kind of movies do you talk about?
Whatever is current, the current stuff.
Oh right.
Yeah. So whatever, usually is like opening weekend type stuff, and we'll follow the market report for it for how it's doing. Money
Did you
wise,
do the whole Barbie versus Oppenheimer debate thing?
We did. Yeah, we did. It was kind of hard to not talk about that. Everyone was talking about it, but
Oh, so what you do like you do like a show talking about new movies and stuff?
Yeah, I'm over on Renovision channel here on YouTube. My moniker on there is Styxboy73.
Okay.
You probably see me in the chat a couple times. I don't know if you know it's me. Probably not. I pop in from time to time as that one, and then I'll probably switch over. I'm like, I don't think he knows it's me, so I'll switch over to my Doctor Who one.
Oh, you commented on my channel, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Stickboy73. Okay.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be writing down myself. Actually,
I've
I
subscribed.
gotta
to
watch later. I was talking to my gaming
Thank
people lately. Like sometimes I have I gotta watch certain people are trolls. So I don't know who's who.
Yeah.
But
I don't generally do the troll thing. I'll put snarky comments in maybe, but that's about it.
right. So I gotta watch your show. I'll get all the information from you. You can send it to me.
Yeah, I've been doing it. How long have I been doing it? I've been doing it weekly for like 6 months now.
Nice.
oh,
So
I know we used to
and
talk
then-
about a lot of stuff, but I stopped. I started doing my gaming thing mostly and that stuff.
well, you were doing show after show after show. You'd be
Yeah.
going. Next hour is the horror cast. The next hour
Yeah, I
is
know.
Doctor Who. and
Used to be. I know.
next hour is the everything show.
That's
What
the biggest
happened,
problem I
Joe?
have now is my new audience doesn't understand any of this. They're like, "What's going on here?" They're thinking, "Is this to do with gaming?" Because that's all I've been doing lately. It's gaming, so they're all confused. Like Liam and Unknown, and there's like K Rain, all these people in the gaming community. So they're like, "What's going on here?"
And then you had the Bond cast for a while, which
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
that
Yeah,
was
who-
a lot, wasn't it?
Wonder who was on that.
Yeah,
Who was the big Bond guy around here? That
yeah.
I can't quite put my finger on
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody was
but here on
dancing
YouTube-
around in the UK with politicians. Now,
YouTube, you can.
who is
find,
that
you
guy?
know,
No.
I'll do Fortnite videos every once in a while. I play Fortnite.
I can't get into
talk,
that. I don't know
I
why.
don't talk on it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can at some point. I will, but
Well, there's
I-
going to be a Doctor Who crossover with Fortnite in early 2024, apparently.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna be 24 now.
Yeah,
Not
it's
gonna
been pushed back a
60th?
bit. No,
Okay.
not 60th.
Probably too much. I guess.
the Doctor Who stuff. Right?
Yeah,
You're talking Doctor. Yeah, I've heard rumblings. Someone mentioned one of the podcasters that I watch. Typical Gamer. I don't know if you watch him on Fortnite videos. He had mentioned it one stream that they sent him preview stills of.
I'll play Fortnite when
Doctor Who
Doctor
stuff.
Who stuff is in it, but right now
Yeah.
I'm like so
I have-
heavily into getting my
So-
achievements, and I got like my game advisors in the chat right now telling me what I should play and what I shouldn't play.
Yeah, there's one world that you can go to that someone had created where you can play in a Doctor Who style world, where they built a TARDIS in Fortnite and
Oh,
things like that. And then the only thing Doctor Who-ish so far in Fortnite has been like they have like an emote where you can spray paint the TARDIS on the ground.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only thing right now. But I'm looking at if they get Shooty or whoever, like
Probably be
Tom,
Tennant. Wouldn't it be Tennant?
even Tom in the get Tom in the scarf in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'd be rocking that all the freaking
I
time.
probably that's when I'll stop playing Fortnite like
Right.
all the
Right.
freaking time is when Doctor Who
Yeah.
came in, and I'll be like,
well,
Yeah,
quite recently, Fall Guys did a similar thing where they got the old pin strip thing for Tennant and the 3D glasses and stuff, so you could
yeah.
customize
Right.
your.
I missed out.
I don't know
on
if I
that 'cause
wanna-
Yeah, I missed out on that.
I don't know if I want to start getting busy into Fortnite. Then that's going to be the end of my achievements. If I start getting hooked in Fortnite,
Yeah, you don't
I'm
get
never gonna reach-
trophies in Fortnite.
I know.
You know, personal. You
Yeah,
can
I'm trying-
make yourself a trophy if you want.
trying to get number 1 right now. We'll see what happens.
You used to play Fall Guys, didn't you, Joe?
I played it once or twice. I think.
Fall Guys, is that the one where they're all running around on different obstacles? They're going,
Yeah, those little.
I think I
yeah.
played it a couple times when it first came
I
out.
played I played that a couple of weeks ago with my friend. So,
Right.
so I know what that game is. And I played, that kind of friend. And-
Friend.
Right.
We've got your number, Philip. Don't worry.
But
Yay.
we're playing Minecraft at the moment. Minecraft and Modern Warfare at present.
Doctor Who in Minecraft though. They did have Minecraft skins that you can get from.
Why can't they
Minecraft.
just make a good Doctor Who game? That one that I bought was shit. I got bored real bad. The Jodie Whittaker one, I was bored. I was bored out of my fucking mind with that.
Same as the series.
I fucking hated it. I was like, why is this starting out on a laundromat? This is Doctor Who. Fuck is this? And then I don't even know. I think I played it an hour or two, and I was done.
Jesus.
I spent like what was it, $40?
Oh my
Was that
God.
the Angel one?
The Jodie Whittaker one. No.
There's one
It
that
was
was
the-
the Weeping Angel or something.
Oh,
What
what
is it called?
was that? The Weeping? I don't know if it was that.
No, there was a mobile game with the Weeping Angels, and then I think the one that you're
No,
on
this
about
was a
is what-
PlayStation 4
Oh, right.
game.
There was
So
another one as
there's-
well where you could play all like all the
That was the-
companions and
Oh,
Lost
that
in
was
Time, was it?
oh.
Edge of Time.
Something like that, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I.
so-
What did I? Unknown. What did I buy? Was it on? Was it that? Doctor Who. The guy's name is unknown. Doctor Who Edge of Time. I don't remember what the hell it was. Jesus Christ!
So
I
the
still own
Edge
it
of-
somewhere. I bought it digitally.
Edge of Time. It's the Edge of Time.
Edge of
Or
Time.
Edge of Reality. And then there's the Lonely Assassins. That's the one with the Weeping Angels. Where it's,
Okay.
you use the VR.
Oh, I didn't have the VR. That's right. The
Yeah.
kids have the VR.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have it in a 2-pack and for PlayStation 4. All of them, really. Where you can get both of them.
I'm entertaining getting another PlayStation 5 only because the memory is so shot. Or I could just buy a whole thing. I don't know.
You can just
Can't even-
upgrade the hard drive.
Yeah. I can't even. I heard Avengers is $4, and it's like 192 gigs. I'm like, Jesus,
Wow.
that's a lot of gigs. I have to delete stuff constantly. I buy games all the time, every couple of days, and I have to constantly beat them, delete them.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
I
just
think
so
mine.
much.
Well, I only have a PlayStation 4, and that's a terabyte. So
I don't know what mine is. I use both the PS4 and the PS5 because I have no memory. So I try to keep the PS4 on the PS4, and the PS5 on the PS5. It doesn't work like that yet. So I'm so crazy. I don't even know what the rankings are today because I was 6th place and 61st in the world. So I came in from work and I was like, I got to do Whovians right away. We got to talk about Doctor Who.
right.
So, which we're gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to get the gang together to talk about Doctor Who. Now we're getting close more often. You know.
If you ever want to include me, just hit me up. I'll be glad to pop on with you guys.
You know what it is? It sucks because, like I said, I get home late, so I don't want to be inconvenienced to anybody. So
I'm usually
it's
up
later than I used to do it. So.
I do
Oh,
get up early,
I'm
but
fucking
I mean,
I'll
Philip's always up.
Sorry?
You're
we
always
have
up,
to ask
aren't
his friend.
Shit.
Stop it!
At least you got a friend. That's nice.
Was you
Nice.
cry?
No, I mean,
Everybody-
no. I said I got a friend, not like you. You have millions of friends, but then you have the friend. So I said, at least you got that friend. That's what I was talking about. That.
Listen,
Everybody
not that
needs
difficult.
somebody.
it's not that difficult to get one of those.
For when? And well, I mean, you didn't pay for it, did you?
No!
Wow.
Dare you?
That's
No.
Jeez. Now it's going to get into a whole another ratings.
Just to answer Albert's question earlier, I think that RTD is going to stay around for about 3 or 4 years, but then he'll.
That's it?
Yeah,
No.
but I think then
Yeah,
what will happen is he will take a back seat and stay around as like a Kevin Feige figure.
Right.
Well,
he owns Bad Wolf, doesn't he?
No,
He doesn't.
no,
Co-owner, right?
Jane Tranter and Julie Gardner do.
But he's running
Oh,
like. But
okay.
he's the one that got the deal, didn't he? For the,
he's head of production.
he's like a CEO, right, or some shit of it.
Yeah,
Or
he's
no?
the face of
He's definitely a bigwig there.
He's
yeah.
like the Jack Tunney of wrestling, right?
Jack
He's the owner of Red Productions, which did
Red?
stuff like It's a Sin and Years and Years when he was doing stuff like that.
It's a sin.
Because he's usually based in Manchester, where they're based in like the Swansea, Cardiff area.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Yeah, quite a big distance.
So in other words, it could be possible that the new showrunner of Doctor Who could be Stephen Moffat in a couple of years.
Oh
I
God,
don't think
not
I don't
Why?
think it'll be. I think what he's more likely to do is kind of groom a new writer, into that kind of role.
Oh, and then have everybody write for him.
who is
I
that
think
guy?
that
That really wanted-
I think you'll see a particular. Do you know who I actually genuinely think that might become a writer on Doctor Who and might even take up that mantle in the future? Scott Hancock.
Yes, yes, I would agree with that because he's very well versed in a universe. Very well versed. He knows what he's doing.
He's obviously involved with Big Finish previously as well, isn't he? And thingy as well. What's her name? The one that used to arrange all the watch-alongs, Emily Cook.
Yeah, she's still knocking about, ain't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
So why can't Russell T Davies get them to be so good like he is? Like the way he's got it running right now, it's like
'Cause-
Judy will be filming series 3 of his series while series 1 didn't air yet. That's like incredible.
He's got ridiculous work ethic.
He's a machine. Like he did Sarah Jane, he did Torchwood, he did Doctor Who all at the same time while doing other shit. Like it's amazing.
And making them all good shows as well.
Yes.
Like people underestimate just how much he's done and how
He's
good
such an amazing. I'm not trying to. I really love Russell T Davies. So like, he's such an amazing person that when all his friends were out of work, he just created a fucking show for them to make money. Like Wizards and Aliens, right? He did that just so that way they could have a job.
I was worried about the 60th with him because I thought, oh, it's going to be a rehash of what he's done before. But after seeing the trailer today, I'm
absolutely.
I'm amazed.
It still feels weird thinking that, like, saying, "Oh, Russell T Davies is writing this." It feels weird to say that he's back.
I'm glad he is though, because Doctor was in trouble.
I'm glad he is. I'm glad he is.
Serious fucking trouble. I know people try to make some bullshit, but it was.
If I was to put the pedestal of Doctor Who writers up there, I would say it's him, Robert Holmes, and Terrence Dicks. I think they're the three.
That's a fair enough assumption. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And then you got
under that, I put Hinchcliffe after those guys, but
yeah, Hinchcliffe as well. Yeah,
those are the top 3 for me as well.
Yeah.
All right, so makes sense.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of persona Shooty would have, because all the Doctors are different in their own little way, aren't they? Well, most of them are. So I'm wondering how they're going to portray his Doctor. Is he going to be a joker, a miserable git, a mysterious person? I don't know.
David Tennant?
I think it's
Shooty.
I think it's obvious from filming so far that he's going to be a fashion icon.
But he's gonna flat out be showing his emotions. Like he's gonna be pissed when he's pissed.
He's the busiest person I've ever seen on social media. Shooty. He's forever doing something here, there, and everywhere. How they going to?
But it looks like his doctor is gonna be fucking a menace to like just deal with shit. Like he will fucking fuck you up.
Let's be honest. What other doctor can pull off a leather jacket and a kilt in the same outfit?
When I saw that, because I didn't realize what you were saying that day when you said about the kilt, I was like, what's he talking about? And when I saw that little clip, I was like, oh, he's in a flipping kilt as well. Oh my God.
I like it how they do here.
Maybe McGann would.
Getting all dressed up into it.
McGann is very fashionable.
Yeah. Maybe McGann would probably be my only thought.
Yeah.
Probably the only one I would want to see in a kilt, I guess. But
I'm very.
How many episodes did Shooty have? I'm sorry, Connor. How many episodes did Shooty have in series 14?
8, including a
8 in a special, right?
And a special, yeah.
So 9 technically.
So he'll have 9 in a year, basically.
That's not bad though. That's not bad. I mean, I'm not happy that's short, but it's not bad.
No one does 13 episodes anymore.
I reckon what they're doing is seeing how he goes with the 8 and the special. If it's popularity, they'll extend it to more back to the 13 or something.
No,
run.
no. If you have a format that you establish in the first series of a Doctor, I am one of these people that believe wholly that you should stick with that format. Don't mess with the
Yeah.
episode count.
Because then he has time to do other stuff, though, by doing it that way.
Yeah, that's true.
And you
Right.
don't want him
'Cause
to leave. You
Right.
don't want him to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Would
'Cause he's a
Would you give
busy
him an extra special, like in between there, like we've had a Christmas special and a New Year special at one point? Would you
As
do
long as
that?
it doesn't interfere with, like I said, if they want to make him happy, we could do stage and they can do other stuff with the 8
Well,
plus the 9.
I mean, we've already know that they've shot these specials.
Well, 2 series
Man.
so far. 2 series is going to be the same episode count because already they're doing the new series now, series 15, not 14. Second season of Shooty is doing. So
Right,
they
they
already
already
have
said
that
that.
plan. He already has a. They're going to film, right, Connor, that, but he has the third series of Shooty written, supposedly.
No, I
According
think
to him,
that
yeah.
I think series 16 will start writing about halfway through series 15 filming.
Which is now.
Actually, didn't he? Yeah, but you're right. You're right. Whatever your name is, I forgot your name now. Never mind. But you're right. He did say that he's already started writing for the next season.
He did write. You forgot my name?
Yeah.
You
So-
forgot my name? Wow. I haven't been doing that many casts. Holy shit.
Wow.
That's fucking
Welcome,
shocking now. Now you ruined my ego that I don't have now. Fucking forgot who I am. They don't even know I do podcasts anymore. Shit.
Well, it's been a while. It's been a while.
I guess. Has it been a while, Connor? I guess, right?
Yeah, it's been ages.
I've been doing gaming for a long time now, right?
Yeah, you do live
Yeah,
streaming, don't
I've seen all your trophy posters on Instagram. I'm like, how many more trophies do you need, man?
I like that. Let me tell you something. I don't know. I'm getting stopped on the street and people want to take pictures and shit. I love that. Not for nothing. I absolutely fucking love that. That's awesome. And I didn't have that before, but like it's like wow, I got a fan base now with the gaming. It's cool. Well, I have to be number 1. I told you that in America, and then I got to go for the world title.
So.
Well, I'm 6th.
Wait a
I'm
Yeah.
6th. I'm 6th in America.
You don't have to be number 1 in America. You
Just
can
like,
try.
I'm 6th place. I'm 6th place.
How far
Wow.
off number 1 are you?
Well, my game advisor's running there. Unknown. How long is it going to take before I beat Akum?
We've got an
He takes
advisor.
next year. I have game advisors. Like literally, I have people that are telling me you need this amount of platinums this day, or you need this game. No, seriously, it's a serious thing. Like I'm very. Let me tell you something.
So,
Whenever I undertake something, this 1 year he told me. So I've been very serious about this goal, and I said to myself, I'm going to be number 1 in America.
Yeah.
PlayStation profiles, and I have jumped so many things that I've gotten threats, I've gotten crazy shit because I'm going so far ahead, and I've shocked people, right? Unknown, everybody's a lot of people shocked, and now I'm starting to try to do the A-list games too because I got to show that it's not just a fluke. Like I did the Bloodborne Platinum, I got to do the Crash Bandicoot Platinum, so I can't just play the indie games. I got to play the big games like God of War, and I got to platinum those. So I could show that when I am number 1, look, I beat all these big games and the little games all together. So after I go for,
are you getting Starfield?
not yet. Here's the thing. I almost bought Mortal Kombat 1, and my son Anthony stopped me from doing that and said, wait, because, well, one, here's another thing too. If I spend too much time with one game,
$70 now.
you know, if I spend too much time with one game, I'll lose. Like when I beat Bloodborne and I got the platinum, I lost.
Yeah, you're,
Unknown, how many spots did I lose? I dropped 2 spots. I had to spend. It's not just beating the game and getting the platinum. You have to buy it. So every game has a. Let's just say Doctor Who comes out in America, it comes out in Europe, it comes out in Asia, it comes out in Japan sometimes. So say they have 4 versions for PS4, 4 versions PS5. That's 8 times I have to buy that game. 8. And platinum it 8 times. So it's a big business deal thing. So I literally have a whole notebooks of what games. Like tonight, after I do this, I'm gonna have dinner because I didn't even eat dinner. She's like, "Well, how could you not do?" how could you do podcasts without dinner? Because I don't want to start too late, so I wanted to jump right in here. So I'm gonna have dinner after this, and then I'm gonna buy a whole shitload of games
Mm.
and map out what I'm
Wait.
gonna do.
But when you get a game that's like, let's say it's in Japan, doesn't that just count for that region?
No, it does, but it's like I'm competing in America because I'm in America, right? So you can play all the games in all the regions, but I'm in America, so I'm competing with all the people in America. So that's what the whole thing is. It's called stacking. So I'm trying to. It's always beat the most games, the most platinums, most trophies, and eventually, if I beat Akum, and he's the Guinness Book of World Record holder, well, if I beat him in everything, then I'm going to be the Guinness Book of World Record holder.
All right.
And if he's a millionaire from doing this, and I beat him, then I'm going to be rich, probably, hopefully. But it has started happening. I have started, like, companies bought me a PS5 fucking controller. That's expensive. Like, they bought me games. They bought me, like, they've been giving me all these gifts and shit like that too. So shit's starting to happen. You know, and like when I'm actually not number 6 and in the top 5, that's when it's to start growing soon. I mean, I think it's another 100 platinums I need, but that my opponent he's going to be playing too, so it's always going to go up. It's always a competition. So like these people don't stop. So today, if I need 100, if he got 20 tomorrow, it's 120 platinums. So it's a complicated thing.
Yeah. Hey, the best I get from doing podcasting, I get into Comic Cons for free. So
that's good.
There you go. Yeah.
See, I don't even have time. Like I work so many hours to pay for all these things because my gaming budget is very expensive. So
yeah, well, like I said, games coming out now are $70. Like,
then they told me about Lies of P, and I didn't even know what the hell that was. And my kids are playing that now. And they're like, Dad, you got to buy the Lies of P. It's fucking amazing. And they said it's like Dark Souls meets Pinocchio. That's what Joe said. It's weird. Yeah, but I like Dark Souls games, though.
That's a weird combination.
He got 7 platinums today, unknown. See, my competition already got. While I was working, he got 7 platinums. That's another thing. When I'm working, they're playing.
Yeah, so you're always going to catch up a little bit.
Right. So that's why when I'm off, it's Lies of P is Bloodborne. Well, I like Bloodborne though. I know I got to beat so that's the thing. Once I get the American title, then I can focus on the world title, which right now I'm 61 in the world. That's not bad.
No, that's
not bad.
I was when I first started, I was like 500 millionth place. Now I'm like 61st place. So my kids want me to get Lies of P.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's the thing. We'll see. I mean, but you know the way I am. Like I always set goals, and then my thing is that I was telling them once I reach the goal, I'm probably not going to stay number 1 for a while because I want to do other things. So if I've been doing this for years, I'll probably want to be number 1 in America, number 1 in the world, have it for a couple months, and then go off to do something else, like maybe go back to podcasting full time or write a screenplay or whatever the hell I'm going to do, another book.
That's a hard start, though. That's a hard. Once you reach number 1, where else can you go? You can't. So you're stuck there while other people are slowly building.
Well, you got to maintain your lead, like he has. The way the leaderboards is, this guy has gotten so high that he literally has taken off for 3 months. Not doing shit, and people still can't catch it yet, right? So it's once I beat the 5th person, I say that up to the 3rd person. Once I get to the 3rd person, then it's a whole other ball game with the 2nd person. It's going to take a long time, and then after I beat that person, Akum is like 700 platinums from that, which. It's just
probably true.
It's you know what, I could screen share it. A better way I could explain it.
Is it doable though? Is it doable to reach?
Listen. Here's the thing. People didn't think I was gonna make it in 500th place. And the problem with that is that once I did that, I pissed off a lot of people because some of these people have been in that spot and they're known like I'm 50th person for years. So me coming in, I pissed off. I just passed people. I got some people really ticked off. Like I mean, really mad. Where I got threats. It's like guarding the boss.
You're the new blood in
So people are like, who the hell is this guy coming in? I know it.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
So they're like, who the hell is Matrix Lord Joe? Right.
They don't even see you coming. Yeah.
Well, then one day I would get 30 platinums in a day. Like I actually, as a joke, I created an account for Joey Jupiter and Sky Havoc, and things that took people 10 years to do. I got from 1 star to 999 max star in a month. And that really pissed off people because they were like, what the fuck? But then again, it's not just, I'm spending massive amounts of money though. It's not just I'm buying these games. Like the budget's like $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Buying these games.
But and that's where you're gonna probably hit your snag is when you either run out of budgeted money for that because you don't have an unlimited fund. Like
I have a good job. I have a good job. I have a great job that I make. Yeah. But it's that's the thing is how long can I keep it up?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like I taking money to do my teeth. I'm doing different things, so nothing's covered. So of course money's going to come from somewhere. So like in other words, I was going to do another book. The new book was everything went up. So instead of being $2,500, it's going to be $3,000. And I'm like doing the gaming instead. So it's can't do both naturally.
Right.
And then with all the work I'm doing on my teeth that my company is not paying for everything, that's thousands. So that's coming out of my budget too. And like I can't always work overtime. So
right.
But like I'm going to show you the. If I could try to.
Yeah.
Are both your kids in college or out of the house?
Well, they all live in Jersey. So Anthony had graduated college, and Joe is in retail. He didn't want to go to college. So they're doing their thing. Anthony's got this big job, this governmental thing, like he does, and he's a saver. He's constantly saving to pay off his student loans and everything. So he's doing great. And Joe's a manager in retail, so he's doing his thing.
Good.
They got their own lives. I mean, they're not. I keep saying kids. They're 25 and 23, so they're they're older.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then here it's me and Sharon. So.
Yeah, I remember them from way back.
Yeah, they were little when they
they were. Yeah. I'm not surprised that they're making their way in the world. So.
I look. Whatever I could do to help them. They come see me every now and then, and they go over the bridge and they see me. So
right. Yeah.
I gave up. I gave up the driving. I just got so tired of it. Yeah, I don't drive anymore. Because it was for so long was every other weekend driving all the way here, all the way back, for like 20 some odd years, just back and forth back. And I just got so sick of driving and traffic and that I just public transportation and Ubers. And everybody's like, "You're crazy. Why?" When I lost my car in Hurricane Sandy, and ever since then, I was having, was picking the kids up every other weekend with a limo, whatever. That was like a thing for a little while, and then I was done. So it was like, I was so done with driving. I just was. I walk around. Like someone made a comment. I'm very thin. I walk around a lot, so I'm cardio. I'm like walking 25 minutes here, 25 minutes there. I'm doing a lot of walking, public transportation, Ubers. So like that's what I like to do. Is I like to be physically active.
I get that for your area because everything's close. You're and you can walk. I mean, you could walk wherever.
Yeah, Jersey. I live in Jersey. I can't do that. Yeah,
well,
Jersey.
No, not walking to Jersey. Don't walk to Jersey.
You can't do that. No, I'm saying Jersey. You can't walk anywhere because everything is long stretch of
Right.
land. You need a car.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
in
It's
Staten
not
Island,
like
so-
the city. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Once you get out of the city, it's a whole different world.
and I really haven't been to the city in so long, ever since
Mm.
COVID. Long time. But and I know this crime is like crazy there, but I have to go back to the city and do stuff. I don't know if you can see the screen. You see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, this is what my stats are. Stars. I think it's 6 platinums is every star, right? So I got like 5,035 platinums. So when we go to the country rank, this is America. All right, and it stacks up like this. If you can see, Akun is number 1, right? And he's got like 2,000 stars, right? So just picture every 6 platinums is a star, right? So I'm all the way over here. Now that's a big difference, 1890 to 2,259. But like again, my next person would be Raining Elbows. I always talk about him. He's a big adversary. And then you got this person. But once you get to like the second person, there's like a huge gap between the 1938 and 2123, right? That's going to be a long time. And then there's another 1,000 between that. So, like I said, Akun was able to take off like 3 months, and nobody can't touch him yet. You know, he's got
Right.
such a huge lead.
Yeah.
Now, and again, like my friend, the guy unknown, says it's probably going to take a year, but it could take less than that. It just I'm a nut job with stuff, so if I get tired, I'll be playing like ridiculous to try to speed up the process. Once I get the American title, the world title is completely different. The world title, I'm 61 now, so like once I guess I beat Raining Elbow, like could be 59 or whatever. That's happening in real time as I'm trying to make the American title. So I guess if Akun is 13th in the world, then I'll be 13th in the world. But I still won't be number 1, you know? The number 1 guy, I guess, let's go to page 1, is Ikameze, I think he is. Yeah. Kid's ridiculous. 2576. You're talking 3 years maybe, I guess, to reach him? Might be, if I'm calculating it wrong. So that's the thing. Once I get the American title, I don't know. I might change my mind. I might get tired of it. I said in America. That's the main thing. I mean, the world, you have to understand, these people are rich, and I'm not. And these people, these people don't have jobs, and I do. So, yeah. So I don't know. Let's just take it one step at a time.
But I mean,
Go for the American
in reality, you're only really 5,000 points behind.
I mean, in reality, the way I am like a nut job with shit, I could probably do it if I really didn't stop. I mean, that's the whole point is I was getting antsy to do other things. Like I said, if the moment I start getting inspired and I want to do a new book, I can't do both at the same time. Something's gonna give.
Right.
Just like the podcast. Like I'm doing the gaming, I'm not doing the
You have
podcast, right?
You have to be able to focus your attention one way.
Yeah. So once, if I, like I said, if I actually started writing, working on the new book, but if I go full fledged, then the gaming's gonna suffer. Like, you know, or just today. Today, what I would do is when I get home, I would game till 6 in the morning, and then I would sleep. Right. Doctor Who thing came out. That's the focus. We got to do Doctor Who, Whovians cast. We got to talk about Doctor Who. You know, how many times am I going to do the podcast now that we're getting close to Doctor Who? It might be more frequent, which would mean that the gaming would suffer, or the sleep would suffer. It depends. So something will give. So again, I'll try to do as much as I can, like everything. But again, you'll notice, like the people in my gaming community, they're in the chat right now. They'll know if I'm starting to drop. I'm talking whatever. I want to do what I want to do. I want to do podcasts when I want to do it. I want to do gaming when I do it. We'll see what happens.
Play while you podcast.
No, that I can't do. Some of these games you gotta focus. Yeah.
can.
That's funny.
Right, I had to go because I had no sleep yet, and I'm.
Well, we're gonna go actually because it's been a long time, and I know you guys tired. Thank you so much, Philip, for coming in. Charlie, Connor, I appreciate you guys.
Good
And
seeing
now
Good
it's
seeing you,
good to
Phil.
talk to you guys. I'll try to do more Real Whovians cast now that we're getting close to Doctor Who. And I will get the rest of the members out there. I'll try to get everybody, the gang, together during the week,
Yeah.
and when I'm working, when I'm not working. And now I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to be doing live stream, doing gaming. So see you on the live streams. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye
Cheers.
for now.
Good night.